TEC High School Series recap for Division I, Division II Rocket League. Richland Rams versus Westmont Hilltoppers. Richland's trying to clear it out of their end. Oh no, in front of their net. Ty Hall's there for Westmont to dunk it home. He had 7 goals total in the series, but the Richland Rams would not go away. Random looking for his opportunity to strike. The ball's up there in front of the net. He's able to dunk it home. Random with 10 goals himself in the series. Richland with a 3-1 lead. Let's go on over to California versus Shade Central. X was the story. He had 3 goals, 3 saves for California area as he strikes right there. And Ice cooks for Shade. Would not let Shade go shut out in the series as he's able to slam this one home for the goal. California area, though, with the 3-0 victory over Shade Central. Our next matchup featured the defending champs, Forest Hills, but they got caught sleeping right here off the kickoff as Cadith from Bishop Guilfoyle put the Marauders up early. But Forest Hills, led by Pig B himself, get used to that name, ladies and gentlemen. He might be the player to watch for the entire TEC High School Series. He led the Forest Hills Rangers with 12 goals. Forest Hills took their Week 1 matchup against Bishop Guilfoyle 3-0. Our next matchup between Division II, California and Altoona CTC. Great Altoona CTC was the defending champions, and they're here to show you why. Coming out early here, SQRCU with the goal. He had 4 goals, 6 assists, 6 saves. Great Altoona CTC with the 3-0 victory over California area. Hollidaysburg versus Bishop Guilfoyle. Jam Force leading Hollidaysburg over the 3-0. California area in Shade. California area was led by X right here with 3 goals, 3 saves, and a demo with 911 score. Shade, though, Ice Cooks would not be defeated and shut out. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, 2 saves, and a demo as well. But California had the 3-0 over Shade. Our next matchup featured defending champs of Forest Hills versus Bishop Guilfoyle. Bishop Guilfoyle and Cadith caught the defending champs napping off the kickoff, but Forest Hills led by Pig B. That's right, Pig B. Get used to that name. He's been doing it all for Forest Hills. He had 12 goals, 1 assist, 3 saves, and a demo, and led the Forest Hill defending champ Rangers 3-0 Division 1. Our next matchup was between Wimber and Greater Altoona CTC. Mordekin Man, he is the man for Altoona CTC. He led them with 9 goals, 7 assists, and a save. Going to go along with 2 demos. Greater Altoona CTC took the 3-0 over Wimber. Division 2 featured Gateway, Shade, DC Racer racing into this goal, and he was able to get it there. He had a goal along with 4 saves, but Gateway's offense was here to tell. Watch this play here from Loss. This isn't easy. Able to get over all the defenders of Shade. Nobody back there. He led them with 17 goals, 7 assists to go along with a save. Luke also had 10 goals, 11 assists. Gateway 3-0 over Shade in Division 2. Our next matchup was between Richland and Uniontown. Ian from Richland caught Uniontown napping off the kickoff as well and was able to get that easy goal. He led the Rams with 3 goals, 5 saves. But that Zredek kid, he had 12 goals, 7 assists for Uniontown as they went on to win 3-0 over Richland Division 2. Our query here, watching that goal go right by as Eosita with 18 goals, 11 assists. So good, we're going to show another one off the top crossbar. It goes right here. Yep, he's there for the double tap right in. Easy work for Laurel Highlands. They took the victory over 3-0 over Westmont. That is it. That is your recap for Division 1, Division 2. I'm Seth. I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week number 2 of the Tech High School series. This time, we've got some Rocket League action here for you in Division 1. 4 best of 5 series ahead of us, and we're going to be starting off strong here. Once again, my name is Flader, and with me in the casting booth is Mr. Biggles. Mr. Biggles, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much. I have my back to you, I apologize about that. I should be facing you. All excited, of course, why not? A bit of Rocket League. This is the Division 1. I'll probably be casting the Division 2. We'll be switcherooing this one a little bit later on. Of course, we have a lot of those matches, but any particular matches you're excited for this evening? We've got game 1 coming up. What is it? Shade versus the Carmichaels?
Carmichaels, that's the name.
Any particular surprises in that one, my friend?
Yeah, I mean, going into this second week, right? We've got some records, we've got some stats. So Shade coming into this one again with an 0-3 loss against the California area SD last week, going up against Carmichaels, who also faced a loss against Ben Trafford. So both of these teams are looking for their very first win here in this week, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Well, I guarantee you now, somebody's going to win, isn't it? So those losses.
That's how math works.
Yep, they both had a loss, as you said, now guaranteed 50%. One of those teams are going to win. Who's going to be the question mark on that one? Of course, in game 2, we then have California and Uniontown as well. So how did they pan out in their first matches?
So I believe California did, like I said, win a 3-0 against Shade versus, I believe, United did not have a chance to play last week, so this might just be their very first game today. And, the third one, Forest Hills going up against Winber. Forest Hills, 3-0 victory against the Bishops. And this week, they're going to be going up against Winber. And the final series, to top it all off, you've got Gateway going up against Bishop.
Excellent. And I'm familiar with these teams in the Division 1, of course, and they're in the Division 2. So we'll be getting ready as the players are loading. And hey, say hello in chat. I was the first in chat. So if anybody else is available in chat, give us a bit of a support out there for the teams that you are going for, or particular players, whatever. I think like a bit of cheer squad to help a bit of more boost.
Absolutely. We see a lot of parents coming into this one to support their children, support their nephews, nieces, playing in the Rocket League rosters and playing in the league, and it's absolutely it's very exciting seeing the family members coming in and cheering on for their team. So, of course, if you are in the chat, please do let us know and let us know who you're supporting. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see how this pans out.
I'm supporting the Tech High School series. How's that sound? I think I might win with that one. That will be a winning.
Well, I mean, I'm supporting either of these two teams. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm in the win-win situation. Sure. Well, yeah, we will find out soon enough. But I believe we're going to be taking a bit of a short break here, as the players seem to be having some of tech issues here at the Tech High School series. But we will be right back. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. With a bit of a break, we are back with the first game here. Shade Central going up against Carmichael's here in this best of 5 series. Once again, Biggles, Shade coming into this one 0-3 against California last week, with Carmichael's also facing a loss against Penn Trafford. Both of these teams, it is the time to shine here in this first best of 5 series. Either of them are going to be walking away with a win here, and Ice Cook's looking strong. Papa spots, puts the shots on target, but Mike is there for the save.
And a conversion down the other end, at least, perhaps. No, they're going back for defensive. Yes, exactly. So one team will definitely be walking away with a win in the win column, one will win the loss column for the second time around. So far, just getting a feel for each other on the field there. Little bumps and taps, no real demos or anything like that. And you can see both of them chasing up the wall there on the side there. Papa trying to get a little bit of a tap on it, a broken play. Back down the other end. Now they're going to have to go defensive.
Ooh. Oh, Mike, shot on target. Would you look at that? Great save coming in from Ice as well. Now he has the opportunity to shoot that ball through the defense, but unfortunately the defense is a little too quick. It's Troy on the ball there. Fennec gets a good 50, sends it down to J.K. Reyes, who's looking to get this pass back, and I'm loving this kind of coordination between these two players.
See how this is going to pan out. Yeah, they're chasing the ball. Of course, you're supposed to chase the ball. That's a good thing to do. He goes a bit of a 50-50 on that. Ice Cooks can't quite get it to Passports or Papa Sports. Papa Spots. We'll get it right. Back to Ice.
Oh, all right. A bit of a back pass here coming in. Ice in possession of the backboard. An opportunity for a shot on target. It is fulfilled by Ice Cooks. And after the first 2 minutes of action-packed gameplay, we got the first goal coming in from Shade.
Wow. There it is. So it did take a couple of minutes, as you know. But a goal's a goal. They got 3 minutes ready to equalise this one. Off the kickoff ball has gone up into the ceiling. Carmichael's tried to get a conversion. They couldn't quite get it. Shade have the one on the scoreboard. Mike's now going to try to bring it in a dangerous area across. There's a demo goes out there. So they took out Papa Spots.
Oh, that's a pretty good pass. Mike's does put an attempt for a shot on target, but the double commit on the defense is going to get the save. Papa Spots on the clear, gets it past one, but J.K. Reyes is there to pick it right back up. Pass down center, the second man not there to pick it up. And, you know, we see Carmichael having so many opportunities to put shots on target, but Shade Central walking away every single time by the skin of their teeth.
That's everything's going okay on the Twitch, because I'm not quite sure and see if we got the right pictures up there at the moment, so we'll get some verification for it. If it's just me, let's say I get it now. The pictures are up. Sorry about that one. As you get Ice Cooks right on cue. Steal this one. Maybe it's very, very delayed for me, actually. My apologies. But there it is. They got two up on the board there.
Yes, the stream is delayed.
It's very delayed. Okay, I didn't realize. Sorry, apologies about that one. It's all good. It's all good.
No worries. Well, in the meantime, Shade Central have taken that 2-goal lead. Again, the second goal coming in from Ice Cooks. Can he get the hat-trick? We'll find out soon enough. He's off to a great pass over to Papa Spots, who's putting the pass down center. And Ice has put a shot on target, saved by Mike's 5, who's put 3 saves on the board. Ice gets the demo, a back pass over to Spots. Spots up high, off the backboard, opportunity for a shot taken away by Mike's. And this defense is finally gonna roll over as we head on back towards the blue side. It's Spots looking for this clear, trying to get out of his own half. Ice is gonna attempt the same, but he gives away possession, and that is an opportunity for Carmichaels to split this lead in half.
Yeah, they got to do something a little bit more. The clock's ticking. Yeah. At the moment, they're still in the defensive end. Now they have to attack J-Ray. He's got the inside player. If they can clear it over. No, they couldn't clear it over Papa Spots, which is right there at the right place. Second opportunity, bang. All the defensive players are there for Shade Central. And maybe a third attempt here. If Jays can clear it past, he got a nugget. No scoop in the defensive end. Staying in the defensive at the moment as they want to cover off that 2-goal advantage that they have.
Ooh, Mike, that's a pretty good clear. That just ends up being a goal. Nugget, no scope, just not ready for that kind of pinch coming against Papa Spots. And this is the kind of momentum breaker you needed, right, Biggles? You got 50 seconds on the clock and only a 1-goal lead to beat. Absolutely.
This is giving them definitely a motivational boost because there's enough time to score. And definitely the goalkeeper was too far in the goal area that last one around. So that's what that was Nugget. I've always said that before. You get as a goalkeeper, got to charge out at the ball. Don't let the ball come to you. Otherwise, it's a little bit too late. Are they going to try to put another goal in here and perhaps seal the deal? If Papa can get a touch on it, but he's been cleared away there by Troy. And luckily, that Papa actually got another pass and play back on this one. Then is anybody home? Well, they are. That missed opportunity. That could have sealed the deal. And now there is an opportunity for Carmichaels to try to get the ball down the other end, try to get it in the back of the net, and even this game. Good bounce here. Papa's got a tap on it.
Oh, that was a pretty good opportunity there. Unfortunately, it has gonna be Carmichael's left with their backs against the wall with only 5 seconds remaining. Possession taken away by Troy as the ball bounces right back onto the ground. Mike picks it up, sends it into the corner, but I don't think that's gonna bounce again. It's Shade Central taking game number 1.
And play out of safe for both teams. It's pretty even Stevens, as you can see the statistics coming up there at the moment. So just a couple of goals there. No assists, surprisingly enough, even though there was probably a couple of assists. A few saves across the board there, and just a couple of demos. A very even game. That's the reason why they're just separated by 1 goal in the difference at the end for game 1.
Absolutely, and you have to give props to Mike's 5 for coming in with 4 saves. And look at Carmichael's overall putting in 11 shots on target. So they do have the offense, but I believe the accuracy is something that they're still lacking at the moment.
And they got time to pick it up, best of 5 series. So this game too, they can bring it back and get it we'd like to see that. So from the Division 2 that I was casting last time, my friend, Flader, it was a sweep really across the board. Not quite sure what it was in Division 1. Was it a sweep across the board most of the games, just to clarify for everybody?
I believe so, yes. We only had 1 game back in Division 1, which was Carmichael's going up against Penn Trafford, which resulted in a 1-3 scoreline. So Carmichael's, like I said, they have what it takes, but they've not been able to secure it just yet.
Now's the time to shine. Welcome along to Game 2. The players will be loading in. We are sitting up in the casting booth, Flader and myself, they're Biggles, and we do have back in the... we'll talk about who's back in the production trailer later on. But here we go.
All right, here we go. Game number 2 of this best of 5 series now is on. It is Shade Central starting us off on the offensive side. Is Mr. Spots looking to put a shot on target. It was close. Ice Cooks couldn't put it to the back of the net. Carmichael's given a bit of an extra life here, and now they have the opportunity to get out their own half. Ice denies that. We got Tripe on the ball, releases the ball towards the other side of the net. J.K. Ray, can you get the clear? An absolutely crucial one is needed right here. The ball bounces off the ceiling. It's Ice Cooks once again on the ball, looking for the flip reset. Doesn't find it. And that is going to give Carmichael's a bit of a break from defense.
Let's see if they can do something about it. Is that JK rolling for it? Here comes Papa. You know, Papa's been essentially a lot of ball possession, lining up a lot of work there for the team players there, but also missing a couple of crucial shots like earlier in this game, which, I mean, at the moment, they could have kind of afforded doing that, seeing they are 1 up in the series, but a little bit later on, you don't want that to happen. Just not seeing this organization of this offense you mentioned here from Carmichael's just yet, is there?
Not yet. They're trying, but unfortunately, the ball just will not hit the back of the net so far. Ice Cooks. Stone wall defense in front of the blue net here, coming in from Shade Central, making things extremely difficult for Carmichael's at the moment, but they are on the offensive side, and that is good. You need to apply continuous pressure in order to break that defense. Ice Cooks over on the other side is trying to break that counter-attack as he gets the ball rolling towards the orange side. Mike's looks to clear this one. Papa Spots reads it. They're going to put this one back onto the net, which he does. It's going to be Ice Cooks reading the pass from Mr. Spots is the first goal. Comes in from Shade Central.
Icy's cooked it. Ice cool, no mistakes, and gets it right down the middle. Exactly. They're applying that pressure, and eventually it's breaking down the defense of Carmichael's. Carmichael's got to be aware of that one and try to keep it out of their defensive area as much as possible to start applying more of that offensive there. They've got to play it back in the goalie area, which is T. Troy, and that's what I'm always scared of. You can see Troy has to come out charging at a great defensive there, because if he stayed back as a goalkeeper, I didn't feel that it was going to really be strong enough in the defense. See if they can do that. There's a great charge, and bang, J.K. Ray says we're back at it. Even game.
Even game here. Mike's putting in a perfect pass for J.K. Ray, who flips into the ball, gets the shot on target, and with 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining, we're all tied up here, Biggles.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. When a series on between both of these teams, and it's also that great little fire it up. It's the second time around, isn't it? We saw a goal to goal, at least. See if they can convert into another one at the moment. They're back in the defensive end, and they've got to spread out a little bit, just like that. A 2 commit, maybe, or a 3 commit here.
Oh my God.
Mike's committed. And Mike's 5. Mike, well, mate, you're about 3 away from 5. You're 2 goals. See if you can get 5 for your team.
Well, you know, he's committed. He has fired that ball onto the back of the net like a bullet, and he's secured that 1-goal lead. And, you know, this is what we want to see coming in from Carmichael. They're trying to bring this game back. And they're off to a great start here in game 2. Half the game remaining. Mike's looking for the third goal. Ice comes in with the save though, but the offensive pressure continues to exist as Troy's off the bar, misses the ball. And it's going to be Carmichael still trying to continue that offense. We got Nugget on the ball, looking to clear that one away off the sidewall. JK Ray does pick it up. Troy sends it on to the other side. This is now an opportunity for Mike's to start this offense again, but looking at Shade Central, they're very close to breaking free.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Carmichael's, yeah. But Carmichael's has just stepped this one up big time, haven't they? Now applying this pressure, I think they just got the memo, mate. I think they just got the memo that said, hey, we need to start playing some offense, and right on cue, they've been doing it. Now, they've been dominating in the offensive end, really putting Shade into the darkness for now.
That's what they have been doing, and that's what it feels like so far. You know, Carmichael's, they continue to hold on to that 1-goal lead, but in a game like Rocket League, let me tell you, a 1-goal lead is not enough no matter what game mode you're playing. They need that insurance goal, and they need it quick. A minute and 20 seconds remaining here. Let's see if Shade Central can break out of their defense. JK Ray puts a shot on target. It's off the sidewall, and that is an opportunity for Ice Cooks to regain that equalizer. Spots off the sidewall, looking for the air dribble down center. Ice Cooks will be forced back. JK Ray looking for a bit
He's
of
trying to back it up.
He gets bumped into the ball.
That was a clever play, wasn't it? You can see this one. So that, yeah, they're both bumped. Oh yeah, his teammate pushed him in to the ball, wasn't it? Who was it?
That was the case. It was Troip just ramming his teammate into the ball.
He's like, let me give you a boost. I'll just push your car into it. That's clever play. Well, whatever works to get you a goal, and they've got that extra insurance goal too for Carmichael's, and this is something right now Shady to think about. That was a great play. I haven't seen that very often.
Oh, JK, he's got the dribble. He gets it past one as well. Look at that. This man is doing some fancy plays with the ball there. Unfortunately, could not convert it into a goal. However, wasting precious time is what Shade Central is lacking at the moment.
Yeah, they've just, Shade said, this domination now, the possession domination from Carmichael's is that they've always got the ball. And as you said, even there's some of those Harlem Globetrotters kind of like basketball skills going on at the moment here with the ball, isn't there? Or even soccer skills with the ball. Just playing with it and once again milking that clock. And see, they've got the possession again. Hopefully, Mike's going to pull this one down here. It's going to go off the crossbar. No, it'll actually get broken up before the crossbar. But look at the time. Tick-tock. And this one will go to Carmichael's in game 2.
That it will. Carmichael's taking game number 2 here, heading into this best of 5 series. It is 1-1 the current scoreline, as effectively a best of 3 now, but this is what we like to see from Carmichael's, you know, bringing it right back. 10 shots coming in from the Carmichael's side as we saw them spending most of their time on the offense. Let's see if Shade Central has what it takes to counter that kind of offense.
It's good to, you want, this is going to be, obviously, it's going to look like a great match, of course, because you got both teams going in one now. The game 3, the very important game, as we all know. It's going to be coming out who comes on top. But what is that difference? Why was that halfway through that game that all of a sudden Carmichael's just came together and just started firing on all cylinders? And I don't know what happened with Shade Central just breaking down a little bit towards the end. Any idea there, Flader?
You know, we saw Mike's 5 going for a lot of defensive clears in the last game. This time he was able to convert them into counters, and JK Ray was able to pick them right up as we see 3 goals coming in total from the Carmichael side. Heading into this next one, you know, Shade Central, they really need to be quick about their defense. They need to make sure that they keep possession to themselves and do not let Carmichael's walk away with the ball though so many times.
Well, they've had a little bit of a huddle in the garage. I was going to say locker room, but it's a garage, of course, with the cars. So now they've had a little bit of a decision to talk about that one. Let's see how it's going to pan out. It'll be definitely nervous, I'd say, wouldn't it be, Flader? Because you're as nervous into game 1. You're probably more nervous into game 3 at this point, knowing that this is a crucial game to win here.
And, you know, that is a question coming into this one for the Shade Central side, right? How do you gain that confidence back again? How do you make sure that you continue to keep that offense rolling from the first game? Let's see. Well, they're starting off greatly here. Ice Cooks hits the bar, and unfortunately, that one's not going to be hitting the back of the net. But look at that. Carmichael's on the other side. Do put a bullet of a shot on targets. Nuggets gets in there with a save. Ball rolling towards the blue side. Troy tries to make sure it doesn't. Mike's gets
Ooh.
the ball on target, and you have to wonder, where is the blue defense?
It was none. In fact, there's two players on either side, aka his wingman there, Mikey's wingman for the Carmichaels, and absolutely, exactly. The door was left open, my friend, and the Shade Central got burgled.
That they do, and it was all about breaking the momentum here. Coming to this game number 3, Carmichaels, however, have denied Shade Central that opportunity, and now they are under great pressure to secure that very first goal and to equalize this lead. Let's find out if they're able to do it. It's Papa Spots on the ball, trying to take control. JK Ray gets their first look, sort of pass down center, misses, but still manages to continue this offensive pressure. Tripe sends it towards the sidewall, has the boost, but Ice Cook takes away his life. Mike's looks to put a shot on target, but the clear coming in from Shade Central is going to give them this opportunity for a shot.
Ooh.
JK Ray is there for the clear. Can he find the back of the net, though? No, he can't. And it's going to be Shade Central on offense.
Now they're going to charge at it. This is the problem all the way from downtown. Ice Cook's back. That's the problem before with that previous shot, wasn't it? There was a good shot I attempted on there, but unfortunately there was no other players to follow that through. And in Rocket League, you've got to basically a 2-player commit, don't you? Because, chances are the ball gets defended or hits the crossbar. You need a player. Well, that 50 went straight in the middle. You need a player to be following it through. And there it is. Well, see if that works. But they're back in it, of course. Shade Central scoring there with now just about 3 minutes and change on the clock.
Got Ice Cooks. Oh, bit of a banger there. Mike's, can he save it? Yes, he can, but it's not the best save. It is given to Papa Spots, who hits the top corner. It bounces out, and Shade Central, it seems like it's just not their day at the moment. So many shots being put on target, however, few going towards the back. Papa, great save there. Nugget looking to pick this one right back up. He doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, and that is an opportunity to take the goal lead right back. What a bump. Can they follow it up? No, they cannot. And the 1-1 equalizer still continues to persist.
And JK just gets in there and slows that ball down. As JK Ray really does, just gets in there and does a bit of a dribble with the ball there. See if that's going to pan out and holding up the team. Oh, they're back on defense at the moment. So there's an offensive shot fired. It's gone to the wrong angle. Ice is trying to clearing it away here. It's up to Troy. Missed it. Ice is now by himself. Anybody to follow it through doesn't matter at the moment because it's been broken up by J Ray, and Mike is there to follow it through with him. The defense has left the gate open, the net open. Thankfully, Ice is flying this one, trying to bring it down as much as possible. Break it straight down to JK. And it's up to Papa, which you haven't really seen a great deal of so far in this match. But, the ones get Papa fired up, they're in trouble if he is. And this is a dangerous place to be bringing it across your goal area. Clearly, got it past.
Oh, it definitely was dangerous there. It's surprised they were able to walk away with this one unscathed. Mike's looking to pass this one onto the back of the net. Troy receives the pass, but is not accurate enough to put it home. JK has the ball in hand, looking to bounce it off the nose of his car. The dribble is good, but the possession play isn't good enough. Mikey picks this one right back up, sends it into the blue corner. You got Papa Spots here, and this offensive showing coming in from the Shade Central side, it's few and far between, but whenever they do make it happen, they make it scary. And my God, this has been a bit of a problem here, keep hitting the post. Unfortunately, the Shade Central players cannot get towards the back of the net. JK Ray puts a shot on target. Nugget comes in with a save as Shade Central head right back onto the offensive side, trying to break the curse. Can they do it? Nope. It still persists.
That crossbar's taken all the beating here in this game, hasn't it? Top crossbar, the side crossbar. The net, unfortunately, hasn't taken much of a beating of only 1 goal for each of the teams. So they are taking some beatings as well, too.
That's pretty good.
This is going to be pretty good. Good defensive there, you'd have to say, from Mike's. He had to get across. He had to clear it. He's charged it down the other end at the moment. Say, come on, guys. We've got 30-something seconds on the clock here. Let's line up for an attack. That's been broken away. Back down the other end now. They're going to have to go defense because Ice is on a bit of a rampage. He wants to get another one in the back of the net here. And seal the deal for game 3. But otherwise, we're looking for an OT coming soon if somebody doesn't score.
Oh my god, 14 seconds remaining here. Overtime very likely at the moment. Ice Cooks, he's on the ball. He's gotten past one with some resistance. So Troy's going to pick this one. Send it over to Mr. Spots. Mike on the ball here. Needs to be very careful with this next touch. Needs to get this clear. JK Ray is going to bring it for him as the ball drops to the ground at 0 seconds. We go to overtime.
We could end up going to a game 5 for this one. Isn't it the way these players have now kicked it up and they're playing brilliantly? So many shots are fired, just unfortunately not enough of them hitting the net, and that's on both ends of the field. And now, first to score wins game 3, and they are all aware of it, and they're all trying like mad. You couldn't put your money, you couldn't flip a coin on this one to say who would win, could you, later? Because it's just so close.
Absolutely not. And it seems like, oh my god, Shea Central, they were this close. They have always been this close to securing a goal, but it's just not coming through. Carmichael's breakthrough on the midfield. It's Mike in possession. Good pass down center. JK Ray cannot close this one out, and Ice is there to get the clear. Has he just made the shot on target? JK Ray makes the save.
Yeah, and that was a save from behind as well. It says couldn't get behind the ball. It was from forward. He had to knock it off trajectory. So he studied physics at school. There's a demo there.
Boy.
Papa didn't like JK's save before.
Oh my god, it hits the post again.
Yeah, it's the post, man.
We used to have a hit post. We should have a hit post counter at this time for this game. Oh my god, it's off to the other side as well. I guess, the virus is spreading at this point, a minute into this overtime, and the teams just cannot score. Troy, can he break the curse? It's a great save coming in from Nugget as Mike looks to pick this one up. JK Ray puts in a banger of a shot on target, saved away by the defense once again. Picked up by Papas, wasn't looking to be picked up, but it's going to be sent right back to Troy's Ice Cooks. Bit of a tic-tac-toe action here as the ball is going to waterfall down to the crossbar, saved away to the midfield. Mr. Spots picks this one up, looks for a pass over to Ice Cooks, but I believe that's going wide, and this rotation continues.
They're committing. You can see Carmichael's are bringing all 3 players up, so a full 3 on attack here, and they've got to make it stick. Just like that. Otherwise, I was going to say, coming back the other end, the goal was open. Didn't matter because they've done it. J.K. Ray and his team have secured the game 3. Not the series just yet, but that game 3, they had to secure it. And 1 minute and 50, almost 2 minutes in overtime to get it done. That's how tight that game was.
It's about time. It's about time, but I have to say, this is so unfortunate for Shade Central. Look at that, 9 shots on target, 7 from Ice Cooks, but only 1 connecting. So the accuracy really has taken a bit of a hit here, heading into game number 3. But unfortunately, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Fortunately, it is not over yet for the Shade Central side. They have got one more opportunity to bring this one back. Carmichael's, however, are at game point. All they need is one more game.
Yeah, just one more. That's how you always play any series. I always say 1 game at a time. That's all you need to win. Shade Central, of course, as you said, putting those shots on the crossbar, taking a beating from both of the teams. So while we're at that little short break at the moment, they're going to be getting the rubber hammer out there and just stretching it back out into its position. Any changes you would do at the moment for you or the coach of the Shade Central team or the Carmichael's team there, Flader?
I mean,
changes, or
this little break in between, that it has to give Biggles, it has to give them time to think, relax, just sit back and just chill out for a second. We try to figure out where they're going wrong on the offensive side, which as we clearly could see, it was a bit of accuracy. But this break in between, it could really bring that accuracy right back.
And that's all the teams need, I'd say, is the accuracy a little bit more. And they're putting the shots on target, so they're not missing that one. Ball domination is always slightly in favour there of Carmichael's, and that's something you've got to think about there, Shade. Get a little bit more ball control and more touches on the ball. Generally always convert into more goals eventually, so that's a little stat to look at. But for now, got to make sure they clear it out of their goal area and start applying some of that offense that they were doing in game 1.
Oh, a bit of an unfortunate miss coming in from the defensive side here. It's Shade Central looking to pick this one up. That is a lot of misses, but JK Reyes now has the ball. All he needs to do is just bounce it high, which he does in the smoothest of the fashions. A smooth criminal, might I add, as the first goal for Carmichael comes in.
That's a layup, isn't it? A little scoop layup, and even if he didn't miss it, Ice was in there to follow it through. Clever play, one-on-one against the defender, and it went into their favour. Carmichael's now looking strong. We'll see. Shade can bring the shade of their Game 1 victory back into this Game 4.
Let's find out, because so far Carmichael's, they continue to dominate the game as they come into this one with a 1-goal lead. They're looking to extend it further. JK Ray's a bit of a miss. Mike's, however, is on the ball, puts the shot towards the top right corner, and that's all you need. Biggles, that is all you need to take that insurance goal and get that lead up by 2.
That's all she wrote, and that's just a great shot, isn't it? That's a speed ball into the bottom corner almost of the net. Whatever works, whatever gets you goals, and at the moment, Shade can't afford to just be too stressed. They got 4 minutes on the clock, so don't panic yet. Just keep playing the way you're playing and keep applying the offense just like that. And hopefully, if the ball rolls in, I mean that's exactly Ice Cool. He knows we're in it. This game ain't over, and that's a 3-quarter downtown shot.
That it is, a long shot coming in from Shade here after 4 to 5 minutes of a dry run coming in from the previous game as well. But now they finally put it in. Carmichael's, they're still up by 1, but Shade Central have finally broken that dry spell.
That's all you need to do. It's a little bit more confidence, you'd have to say, for Shade Central now. They've got to keep that momentum going. It's only one more goal. There's a shot fired, just a little bit missed. Now, can Ice get in a tap on this one? Look at the defenders are actually almost taking each other out. It's up to Papa to come back, I'd say. Can he get the 50 here with JK? No, JK doing his thing, slowing it down at the moment, passing it brilliantly to his teammate for a shot, but they couldn't quite get the fire into the back of the engine. Slowed it down again. See this, putting all 3 defenders into the back court, into the net area. And they've charged back out, and that's the Shade Central team. They've charged back out of their goalie area. Trying to apply the offense down the other end, but of course they don't have that ball possession again. They're missing some of these 50s. Midfield.
Midfield possession currently in the hands of JK Ray as he picks it from the corner, sends it down center over to Troy, who had an opportunity to just include that lead up to 3, but unfortunately it is Papa Spots once again picking this one up. A triple commit in the air, boys, which you would really want to get back onto the ground quickly, which they do. It's Shade Central on the defense. JK Ray off the sidewall looking for that air dribble. Nugget comes in with a save, and at that, at the half-game mark, it's an opportunity to equalize the series for Ice Cooks, which he does. Game number 4. All tied up here.
It was, yeah, look at Mike's. He couldn't get the angle on it. Couldn't quite get the defense angle with the pressure there from Ice Cooks on him. Playing with his food a little bit too much, I'd say, and that's converted into a goal there for Shade Central. So even Stevens on, and all the 2s on the scoreboard as well as the score line.
Alright, we got Troip on the ball looking for that shot on target. That's a pretty good shot, might I add. Ice Cooks, however, is quick to the ball, gets the save. That's not a great clear coming in from Mike's. They had the opportunity to take that lead. Shade, however, they were not able to do so. Mike's looks to pick this one up. It's JK Rays trying to take control of the ball. Unfortunately, sends it into the corner. Half game remaining here. 2 minutes remaining. It's Mike's on the shot. Takes it. Gets the bottom right corner secured, and the 1-goal lead right back into their own hands.
Mike's the veteran, of course. Look at that. Brilliant. He's had some amazing shots. Yeah, so 56k per hour. It didn't even look like that, but that was a very, very quick shot. Now putting themselves back up on this one. Shade needed to come back with a minute and change to go. Just under 2 minutes to come back and score another goal here. Otherwise, they will be looking at heading home from game 1.
Oh my God, might I add, Ice Cooks with a really good save there. Carmichael's, they were almost up by 2, but Ice Cooks comes in, saves the day. Tripe puts it towards the backboard. It's a double commit for a save. They got to be careful with that. JK Ray now looking to be on the ball. It's Mike's passing it off the sidewall over to JK, who doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, but the momentum is all he needs, which he gets. The pass is there, but the teammates not ready for it. They do get the save though, holding on to that 1-goal lead, but for how long is the question, and how long has just been answered from Spots as he ties up the game. The pass coming in from Ice Cooks, perfect to get that equalizer.
Yeah, Mike's back in the goal area. Couldn't quite get the angle to spin it out. That was a very lucky play on both ends, you'd have to say. It was, as you said, it was a double commit on the defensive end from Shade, so they had to convert it in the offensive end. Otherwise, they would have been in trouble in defense. And that converted for them, and maybe another opportunity, because now a little bit of desperation might creep in for both of the teams. More so Shade, of course, because they can't afford not to get this victory. And last time they scored a couple of goals here, so it's going one apiece. See if they're going to bring all three players up. Nuggets still back. A bit of a town meeting in the corner at the moment as to who wants to touch the ball and line the ball up.
Oh my god, JK Ray, you've got to be careful with those touches, which he is, but scary nonetheless. Tribe looks to pick this one up. A bit of a confusion between these two teammates. Might just be giving up a goal here if Icecook can take advantage, which he does. JK Ray manages to walk away. The dribble needs to be here. The hook shot might just be coming in, but the defense holds on strong. 15 seconds remaining. Another overtime might just be in order unless this is a boomer, which is it not.
They missed the defensive play here. They're in trouble. What? The crossbar again. Saves a day. And this is going to OT, perhaps, if that ball touches the ground at a lunch jump. There it is. So, hey, it is not over yet. Shade is showing everything they can to survive this series. Carmichael's can seal the deal on this one, or we go to a Game 5. Who wants it?
We shall find out soon enough. 3-3 is the current scoreline. One goal, the golden goal for Carmichael's. Can they find it? Not yet. It seems like Shade Central are holding on strong. The counter-attack is continuing. JK Ray does have it under control. He looks to flick it over one, but look at that fake from Spots. Takes possession right back into his own hands. JK Ray picks this one up. Bit of a miscommunicated play here in the corner is going to result in Mike's taking a step back, sending it over to JK Ray. Corner. Back to the corner we go here. Mike's a doink attempt coming in from JK Ray. Doesn't go through. And with 40 seconds into the overtime, it is Carmichael still holding on to the offensive side.
And Shade are defensive. They're keeping a goalkeeper back, so they're not committing all three players. So you can see there's a goalkeeper here. So I think they want to make sure. That's also a dangerous play, of course, because the goalkeeper needs to charge at that one. Here's Papa. Goes straight to JK. Ice breaks it up. Sitting in the corner. Here's an opportunity to drop it right down. Who's in to follow it? Nobody needs to. Ice to seal the deal, and we have a series on because we're going to Game 5.
Game number 5 here for Shade Central and Carmichael's. What a play coming in from Ice Cooks to bring this one into game number 5. He goes off the corner, up in the air, has control of the ball, brings it down ever so slowly, and takes it to the back of the net here. Shade Central winning this one in overtime, 4-3 fashion, and we are heading to game number 5.
Shade Central with that 50% of the ball possession on both sides. Just a little bit of a field domination stat difference there, but the shots, of course, everybody firing them two for now. A few saves, a lot of saves there from Nugget. He was the goalkeeper in Shade Central, so that probably has paid off. Having that goalie back there to make sure they're denying Carmichael's a few more goals. That's so. Whatever's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. Well, we know for a fact right now, Flader, that at some point somebody's going to have to win. Well, this is the next game. So unless we go to OT for 20 minutes, we'll still have, eventually at some point, Flader's like looking at his face reaction going, an OT for 10 minutes? Please no. we got more games coming up.
Well, you know what I want to see, 10 minutes of overtime or not, I want to see some great Rocket League gameplay, some high up in the air mechanics, and what better than heading into Starbase Arc here in game number 5 now. I know what a lot of people are thinking. Starbase Arc, they don't like this map very much, but to me, it's a sign of beauty. You know, heading into game number 5 here, a beautiful map in front of us, and both of these teams are ready to take this on to the next level.
It's just visuals, of course. It doesn't change the overall dynamics of it. But yeah, I guess if you are looking at in the background there, you're taking your eyes off the ball. So I don't suggest you do that too much. In a galaxy far, far away. We'll see how that's going to pan out. Early shot attempt hits the crossbar again. So Shade showing shades of their last game win. We'll see whether or not Carmichael's. They would not count Carmichael's out at all as well too. They're very capable of scoring a couple of quick goals, especially if you got JK kind of just slowing that ball play down, isn't it? And lining up for his team for the assists as he clears it back down the other end. He's still got Nugget as the goalkeeper, so they're keeping with that one for Shade Central there. Flader. Here we go.
Nice Cooks. Oh, that's a pretty decent pass, but the save comes in from Troy. Can they keep possession, though? That is the question. Ice Cooks denies it off the corner. The bounce is pretty good, but the save's even better. Spots picks this one up, looks to send it down center. Shot opportunity coming in here for the Shade Central side, but they're not able to take advantage.
And because they're keeping the goalkeeper up to Shade, they don't only have 2 players to commit. Here we go. As the 2 players are coming up to commit, as Ice there. Ice has gone back to midfield to see if he can get a play on it. He can, so that wasn't too bad as Mike's desperately trying to clear it away from this end. Does go to Jay. Broken up by Papa. Now, Papa, where is Ice? Ice is back a little bit. That's cleared all the way down the other end. Jay now has the ball. Couldn't pick up the boost as it taps it across the ball. There's Mike playing with it. Mike to Jay. Jay to Mike. No. Not quite. Actually, it's been broken up. It's up to the goalkeeper. That's the reason why the goalkeeper was back. But once he comes out, if there's a second shot, he can't get back in time. So it's always a gamble to play. Has been paying off so far. 3 minutes left on the clock. Still scoreless here in the all-important Game 5. Oh, it was almost a score, but not quite yet.
Oh my god, would you look at that. So far, both of these teams being extremely competitive. No goals being scored yet, and this is what we love to see. Both of the teams are playing phenomenally well, both on the offensive as well as the defensive side. Papa Spots, however, could break that right now. Mike's, however, is there to make the save.
There we go. To see what they're going to do. Jay's back in the goal defensive area as well. They're just trying to make the passing plays, trying to clear it over, but every single time somebody's making a passing play, it's just been broken up by the offending the other team. The other team. See what they're going to do here. Well, the goalkeeper's still back a little bit. Cleared a really heavy, hard clear. Back into midfield. Ice has got the ball, chasing it up. Goes passing to Jay. Jay's actually got it over Ice. It's up to Papa to come back here. There goes your goalkeeper coming back out to defend that one. That's Nugget. But it goes back to Mike. It's a little bit of offensive pressure here at the moment. Kind of is, you'd have to say, for Carmichaels if they can get a shot on. But that's been broken up. Ice has got it. Goes to JK. He's at 50. Hard 50. Oh, just under 2 minutes to go there. Later, still scoreless.
Oh, that could change right now. We got Mike's on the ball, the flick on target. Ice Cooks coming in with the save. Papa Spots gets the demo as well, and that gives opportunity to Shade Central to take this onto the other side, which they do. Papa Spots and Ice Cooks both looking for a very dangerous 50 at the moment. That's going to give Jay a lot of space to work with as he heads right back on the blue corner. Tripe needs to turn for this one, and he doesn't catch it quite well. Mike's is there to save the day, though, but that ball's heading in a dangerous territory as it heads right into the orange corner. Spots looks to pick this one up. It gets picked up by the orange side instead. Troip, rather Ice.
Oh.
A shot on target needs
Come back
to be
for another
saved.
one.
Mike's.
Oh no!
Oh my
Papa's
god.
missed the opportunity. He can have a second opportunity here perhaps, but he's just kind of ran out a little bit of the gas power. And I tell you what, at this level of competition, they are knowing that might have been an opportunity to seal the deal. At least you're getting lower on the clock time. We'll see. We knew this was kind of going to be a close series. We didn't realize it was going to go down to the tooth and nail, maybe even to an OT in Game 5. Or maybe even for 10 minutes in Game 5. You never know.
Never know, but Mike's, he might just know here. Troip had the shot, but it seems like JK Ray is going to put another one in. Ice is there to save the day. Mike's puts this sort of back pass. JK Ray not being able to beat Papa Spots as he sends it up into the air. A shot on target towards the corner. And with 20 seconds remaining, your 10-minute overtime story might look like has disappeared. I was going to say your 10-minute overtime story looks to be correct, but it seems like Mike says no. He looks for the clear, finds the pass instead, and it's Ice Cooks putting the shot on target. First goal coming in for Shade.
And I like the Carmichael's having a town meeting in the corner, and I always say it's all scary when all 3 players are committed in one little area because that leaves your goal area open and exposed, which it was. Second opportunity, bang, and that's the seal of the deal. That's the icing on the Ice Cook's cake for his team, I'd say, because with about 11 seconds to go, they're going to have to pull a miracle off to try to get this. But miracles are possible, and this is it. This is commit everything you have right now, Carmichaels, or you're unfortunately going to lose the series. But you're not going to lose the series You're going to lose the series in style, perhaps, because it has been a stylish game. We'll see. 6-set TikTok at the moment. Time's not on their side. And, yeah, at the moment, Shade Central look like they're going to come back on this one, and they have done it.
They have done it. Shade Central taking the first game, losing 2, but then taking 2 right back into their own hands. 3-2 ends up being the scoreline, with the Shade Central winning this best of 5 series for themselves. Well,
And on less possession
that
again.
was a series.
Yeah. And that's exactly why you play, you know, when you are down a couple of games, that's exactly why you play one game at a time, because you're not out, of course, until all the games are played. You have to. And I have to say, Shade Central just kicked it up, didn't it? Looked like Carmichael's were going strength to strength in game 2 and in game 3. Of course, they forced into overtimes and stuff. And then Shade Central came back out and just started to rechange their strategy and do what they did well in game 1. And what a 2 for now. It's going to be interesting to see these two teams battling it out again, I'd say, over the season. But for now, yeah, we do know. So what? There's 0-1 record. Well, a loss for both the teams, of course, and now at least one of them has a win. The win column, of course, that's Shade. Mm-hmm. But, mate, it was not easy at all, was it?
Oh, definitely not. Going into the 5th game here, we don't see that every day, especially on the TEC High School Division 1 stream. But we have a lot of more Rocket League action ahead of us. 3 more best of 5 series for you guys. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more Carball action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 of the day here in the Division 1 stream of Rocket League. My name is Flader, and we have had a bit of a switch up on the casting booth. It is Panda with me today. Panda, how are you doing?
We're doing good. It's nice to be back over here in D1. Spent some time in D2, but man, I saw the tail end of that last matchup that was a pretty great series. Some overtimes, 0-0 in the last match. That's you love to see that kind of stuff, especially in week 2.
Absolutely, just week 2, all the teams are ramping up. Everybody's getting familiar with the kind of play style that they're seeing on the field, and it is just an absolute blast. But heading into game number 2 here, we got California going up against United. California coming into the second week with a 3-0 win against Shade in week number 1, while United, this is going to be their first game of the season.
Yeah, we didn't get to see them play, so they've got to watch people play, and California did play last week, so they've had a little bit of time to scout and see what to expect. I do believe both of these teams, if I'm correct, are new this season, right? So I don't think they played last season as well.
That is the case, yes.
So new to competitive, at least in TEC, and maybe that's a California having played. Maybe that's an advantage. They've got some time on the pitch, but who knows? Maybe getting a little scouting is what's going to help on the other side of that pitch over there with Uniontown.
Absolutely, and we are just about ready to head into this first game here. What are your expectations? California. If you managed to catch the last game, Shade, California did come out on top in a 3-0 astounding victory in that first week. So going up against United, what do you think we can expect from California here?
Coming off of a 3-0 win is always nice. So that confidence, bringing them into game 2, could carry them through. California might be the team to beat in this one, but we'll just kind of have to see as we do get into this game here. I think Uniontown has something to show, maybe something to prove coming in off of that bye week. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, best of 5 is always fun. That first game they get to see what's going to happen on the pitch and then readjust, and they've got plenty of time to make changes.
Plenty of time to make changes, plenty of time to adapt to your opponents. Let's find out if Uniontown United have what it takes to make that happen. It's dark. Currently, rather Rudy on the ball as he tries to get this pass over to Reacted. I believe that is Reacted Egg. Yes, that's a pretty crazy name. But ignoring that, we got a shot on target coming in from Rudy. You'd think this to be a pass, but it ends up waterfalling down onto the back of the net.
Yeah, beautiful shot coming in off the wall, and that was past the 50-yard line. So, I mean, that is a deep shot. So, good going over there from Uniontown to get one on the board in the first minute of play, as we do see X coming over here, getting one. Oh, the shot coming back. It's going to be sitting in Union territory, and they're going to get the rebound, and X is going to get the equalizer.
Oh my God.
So, good defensive shutdown at the end with those good rotations coming out of California.
And look at that. If you avert your eyes towards the top right corner of the net, it was dark, just making sure Reacted Egg had no momentum, or no space rather, to head towards the ball to make that save. Pretty amazing play coming in from California here to put that first goal on the board, and we were all tied up here in the first game.
Yeah, looking like we have another good match following that first matchup. We see a shot on goal from Xavo. It's going to be blocked, but they do move back into that California territory, coming off the side wall in the corner. There's just so much action bumping from both of these teams. Both of them are trying to get some traction, and both of those goals, I don't know if we'll see a lot of repeats as we get further into this game. Dark now is rotating into front for the penalty box to try and curl around for a pass, and the shot's going to come out from Banky. So California with 2 on the board. And again, the rotations are looking really nice for California.
They absolutely are. I mean, what amazing shot coming in from a Panky there. And of course, credit given to Zavo for putting this one in the perfect position and getting that 1-goal lead here for the California side. But heading into the later part of this game, we got 90 seconds and 90 seconds down. What do you think about Uniontown? Do you think we will see a close first game here? Because so far, I'm really liking what I see from the Oranges side.
Yeah, I think both these teams are pretty equally matched. I don't think this is going to be a blowout by any means. I don't think we're going to go see 3-0. Or if we do, I don't think that record is going to show what we see in the game as it plays out. No shot on goal from Xavo, though, is going to bring us up to 3. So as I say that, it looks like California might be reading the playbook over here from Uniontown, putting them back on their back wheels. So it's still hard to say. I mean, coming into this first game, what to expect as we move on. But California's looking really strong.
Absolutely. And of course, it does go to show how well versed these guys are with the plays that the opponents are making. I mean, look at that. Another shot coming in from this time. It's Zavo. Zavo? I was just going to be doing Zavo. But look at that. 128 kp edge shot towards the back of the net. 4 goals for the California side now. And, it just goes to show how quick this team can be in reading their opponents and how quick they are to make those counter-attacking plays. Look at that. Another one coming in, but Reacted Egg is there to get the save.
Yeah, watching these rotations from California, they know exactly where to be. They pull a car into the first, second, and third positions, and they're there and they're ready for those rebounds. And that we just saw it again. I mean, maybe early in this game, they were just kind of feeling out this Uniontown defense, but it looks like Uniontown's got to figure out how to crack that offense that's coming in from California.
2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game here, Panda. California have suddenly put this into high gear and they've secured a 4-goal lead. If you're Uniontown, how do you bring it right back to the other side?
Yeah, I think creating space on the field, we see a little bit of bunching up for Uniontown as they're getting in a little bit of that anxious commitment syndrome. So spreading out some field of play as we see 2 in the goal, and that's going to leave to Panky getting another one. So just as I was kind of mentioning, is getting that space so that they can read the pitch and try to shut down California's offense. So that's my first observation. But man, this California team is just really fast as well. So maybe trying to starve some boost and get away from maybe trying to get the corner boost and use the lane boost, because California team is all over the place.
I get that idea, but I do have to point out that going out of your way to go for those corner boosts is gonna be really hard to stop California, because these guys, they don't just hog the corner boost, they're all up on the boost pads as well. Look at the momentum that they carry out throughout the field as we see a Panky once again trying to put the shot on target, gets the bump instead, and that just goes to show that these guys have momentum for days.
Oh yeah, they're taking the boost lanes and they're taking control of this pitch. But it has been they're up by 6 or they're up by 5. They got 6 on the board for this game, but they have kind of been shut down by this Uniontown team for the last couple minutes, and so that definitely plays into a little bit of the change in strategy we're seeing. We do see Azavo getting a shot on goal, and looks like it might get a little bit of own goal touch there. So they're still reading it. They're still getting where they need to be. This beautiful pass off the back side wall. So they're right now, Uniontown is just struggling to keep up, and they might need that game 1, game 2 break to kind of reassess and take a look at what's been going on.
Yeah, you kind of need that timeout. In Valorant, sure, you can take that 1-minute timeout, but here in Rocket League, it is continuous action all the way through. As we are at the Brazil scoreline at the moment, let's see if California can extend this even further. Is Zavo putting the shot towards the pass, looking for a pass down center rather. A Panky picks this one up, sends it back onto the sidewall where it's picked up by Zor. Get this opportunity, even taking a goal here, it doesn't matter if you don't win the game, but you need that momentum, you need those consolation goals going into this next one to have something to go for yourself.
Yeah, having one on the board early, it felt great. But unfortunately, it's the only one they've had, so getting another one on the board, even though you're probably not going to clear the deficit, but at least to say, we can get through, we kind of figured something out, it definitely helps you move into game 2. We are also seeing the demo play coming out from California, so they're using all sorts of tactics here to continue running a dominant first game as California. It hits the 20 seconds to go mark, and we are in California territory. We see a bouncer coming in, but a great defensive pinch is going to keep that score line at 7-1. Trying to make things happen as Uniontown, but I think they're just going to have to sit on game 1, reassess as they move into game 2 in just a few seconds.
Reassessment is what needs to be done here, and of course, reassessment alone isn't going to be enough. They really have to step it up a notch if they want to take on a team like California. That first minute, which we saw from Uniontown, that's what we need to see all the way through. Otherwise, California, they're just going to walk all over them.
Oh yeah, California came out strong. Uniontown came out strong, and for the first minute or so, 2 minutes, it was really looking close. California dialed it in, and they figured out what the trick was for this matchup. But again, it's game one, and also California has some competitive history by just having participated last week. So that first game of the season jitters, that might also be what's going on over in Uniontown. And having coached high school Rocket League and been there, I know what it's like for that first game of the season. So they get the first game, they shake it out a little bit. But I know that we saw that first minute and a half. Uniontown's got some skills. I think they're going to be coming out swinging in game two.
Yeah, I mean, I really believe so. Uniontown, they do have what it takes, but it just goes to show that California have been able to read all the plays that they've been trying to make here. We see 4 shots coming in from the orange side, but they definitely need more. They definitely need more in terms of offense. They need more in terms of those aggression, and sometimes physical aggression goes a long way.
Oh yeah, and we saw those demos coming out from California late just to secure that deficit that they put on Uniontown, and the bumps, the demos, it's all part of the game. And even the way you get boosts, like we were talking about, boost lanes versus corners.
Yeah.
There's so much to Rocket League that when you get out there and you're playing at the level that they're playing, which is Grand Champ, and we see some of those Grand Champ tags, and I mean even close to SSL. I mean that's very high level Rocket League. So. And California is putting on a little bit of a workshop in what to look out for. So, but again, I mean, the talent is there, and I think that Uniontown, I imagine the first minute or so might look a lot like the last game's first minute.
Yeah, and I mean, if they could get the first goal here, which, okay, well, that if condition has been nullified at the moment. Zavo comes in off the kickoff, takes the very first goal here, off the speed flip as well. And, for the people who are not used to the Rocket League action, a speed flip is when you flip so fast into the ball that you take the kickoff win every single time. And that is what Zavo has done so far. And 4 seconds into this game, they've already taken that first goal lead.
Yeah, and we saw a classic miscommunication or tactic, I guess you could say, where both Uniontown players in the back line went for that corner boost, and it left the goal completely open. It's a dangerous strategy. Yes, it gives you a lot of boost off the start, but it leaves things open and unattended, and we saw Xavo was able to get an easy, I only say easy because the goal was wide open goal first and foremost in those 4 seconds. We are going to see, though, Dark is up here with a little bit of a reset, but not enough power to bring this one towards the goal. But we are in Uniontown territory, and Panky is trying to bring this one down as well. So even though they got that early goal, California is not happy with it, and they want to get another one on the board as fast as possible.
They're looking for it. We see them trying their level best to make it happen so far, but they're not been able to get out of their own half, and that has been a bit of an issue. California coming in with a bit of an opportunity. It's Xavo. Look at this one as he hits the back of as he hits the backboard. Can he pick this one back up? That's a pretty good pass. Dark, however, he jumped a little too early. But opportunities keep coming in, and it's a point of contact of Xavo off the sidewall as he just shoots this one from the half-field line into the back of the net, getting that 2-goal lead for California.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a lesson in relentless oppression. So we saw back-to-back-to-back shots just wearing down the defense of Uniontown. And we saw them starting to bunch up in front of that net, and that just led to them not having enough boost and not enough reaction when Xavo was able to get, the third, the fourth shot, and eventually that is what led to that goal. So again, lots of different tactics, and Uniontown's going to have to get some space on the field and take a little breather here and take a reassessment. And Panky comes in and gets a goal as well from the midfield on another open net opportunity for California.
Another open net opportunity here. It does come in from California, but you have to wonder, Uniontown, what do you do, right? They have had one save, but how do you get more? How do you stay out of your own half here? Those are the questions that Uniontown needs answering, and they need it quick because it's only been 2 minutes, and California have gone up by 3 goals.
Yeah, up by 3 with 2 minutes down. It makes you wonder what you can do. The speed is really what we're seeing here. California, they're able to get the boost, but not just pick up the boost pads. They're able to use it effectively as well. going supersonic and laying off the boost, conserving it, using it in the air. Really good tactics. They are in their field right now, so if we can see Uniontown separate and get those triple commits out of the way, they'll open some things up and maybe get some shots on goal here. We do see now a double commit from Xavo and California, but they're bringing it down. It's going to be right in front of the goal, and it's a great block by Uniontown to clear this try to keep it at 3-0 on the scoreline.
Have been able to make it work so far, but they need to take it a step further. Dark, however, denies that. With half the game remaining, they've gone up by 4. Panda, things are looking quite grim here for the orange side, while California, they just are showing us what a day in the field looks like for the grand champions. 4-goal lead now, and Uniontown are looking to take their first one.
Yeah, Uniontown, they're down by 4. They got to figure some stuff out at the halfway mark. It's back in their territory. Nice little clear, though. We do see Reacted is going to send this one into the corner. Dark, who just got that goal, is challenging to get the clear in that California side, and they are going to get it. It's going to bring it down. It's in the air. The bounce is just off the top crossbar. The defense is a little too strong now. Those triple commits are coming in on defense to work out for them, and that's going to leave California licking their wounds with just 4 on the board on that drive. As now things are in the California territory. Shot's going to be a little bit wide. A nice little block and deflection. As Uniontown does get a try, they're working, they're making it work. They're able to get into the California territory. They just need to kind of quick remember what they did to get there and rinse and repeat. I know it's easier to say that than it is to do it, but it just shows that they can get down on that side of the pitch and they can make some shots happen.
And, you know, we see it again. United, they were on the other half of the field, but look at that. When you make clears like that, Panky, putting this one on to the top field here, Xavo going up and shooting it to the back of the net, you have to wonder, how do you keep the possession to yourself here? United, you know, they are able to bring it to the other side of the field, but they've not been able to keep it themselves.
Yeah, great read to pick that one up. So it was just nicely, and the bounce pickup clear coming in from Panky, just a great way to send it, just sailing all the way down the pitch. Yeah, so I mean, California is doing good work here with a little bit of a reset. They're going to bounce it in. Xavo getting another one on the board. It's going to bring them up to 4 goals and 2 assists for just this match. They put up some equally impressive numbers in the game before. But yeah, with a minute left to go, Uniontown is just, you know, they need to get one on the board. You know, you never want to leave with a 0. They know they can do it. They just got to kind of reset again, as we've said, and try and make some things happen. But you know, California is a good, strong team, and they're definitely putting some numbers up.
Wow. Look at that. Panky has been a bit of a playmaker here for the blue side. Dark XC going up high, dropping this one down onto the back of the net. It's a day in the field for the blue side here. Once again, a 7-goal lead continues to persist, while Uniontown, they're still looking for their first one here in the second game of the series. 50 seconds remaining, and wow, things are not looking great here for Uniontown. They have to switch something up. They need a miracle if they want to take the series.
Yeah, nice little shot there, trying to get the pickup from, I believe, Reacted. So they got it up into the top corner, but it was blocked by California. So take a look at the shots that they've been putting on this goal here. But they're trying to make it happen. Uniontown only has 2 shots for this game. But they've shown some technical skill. They've shown that they've got some prowess out there. They do get one rolling in as Ruddy is able to get one on the board. So again, they got one last game. They got one this game. They know they can do it. You know, it might be a little late for game 2, but maybe they can take that momentum and move it into game 3.
Absolutely, the momentum carrying over is exactly what you want to see here from the United side. 15 seconds remaining, maybe taking another one on the board is gonna add to that, but unfortunately Rudy isn't able to connect to this one. Reacted looks to make something happen. The flick doesn't connect. Dark is gonna send this down center. Great save off the sidewall, and that is gonna end things at a 7-1 scoreline. Maybe as soon as the ball drops down, which it is not planning to at the moment, but finally is going to be dropping down. California taking the game number 2 here at the Brazil scoreline. So heading into game number 3, Panda, Uniontown, they do have the momentum, but they still need a lot more work.
Yeah, I mean, you do like to see that 0-0 juggle going on, no matter what the score line is. It is just kind of fun to almost have a mini game, challenge yourself. Can we keep this ball up in the air? But yeah, I mean, you look at the stats. The possession was California all day. The boost again in their pocket, 2,000 plus boost consumption, and the field domination only a little bit in California. But if you look at the rest of the scores, you can see that California definitely took it away there. They were held to just 4 goals at the. I guess it took until the halfway mark for them to start running away with it. But yeah, I mean, Uniontown's got to have to figure something out. I want to see that first minute and a half Uniontown from game 1. I think they're out there still. I'm looking for them.
Yeah, and California, they have understood how the opponents are playing as well. So it could just be California reading the play in that first minute and carrying on through. But Uniontown, of course, flashes of brilliance here in game one, as well as sometimes here in game two. Can it be, instead of a flash, can it just be the dawn of something beautiful? We shall find out here heading into game number three. California at match point, while Uniontown is still looking for their first win.
Yeah, and we've seen some technical skill out there from California and good passing as well. So just controlling the field. We've seen a lot of points from several different players over there, whether it's goals or assists or saves or demos. But they've used the tactic of moving the ball around, and I think that's what's led to a lot of California's success. And we have seen some good shot attempts from Uniontown as well. It was a little bit late in that last game where we saw that corner shot with a little bit of that pop-up shot, and maybe again Uniontown is just a little rigid. They're a little timid for this first game, but I think they've got something to unlock there, and they've got to do it quick. This is the last chance, or this week 2 is going to be over for them with a loss on the record there. But I don't know. I'm here for it, and I'm excited to see exactly how they come back in this game 3.
And once again, this is the first week here for United, first series of the season as well. So, of course, heading into this one against one of the top teams, the pressure is high. But United, they're trying to make this work. Let's find out if they're able to carry it forward. Ixavo on the ball here. He's looking to pass this one down center, which he does. Reacted, denies it as we see them looking for an opportunity on the midfield. The flick comes in a little too late. Dark can put this one onto the back of the net, but it's Ixavo trying to pressure the orange net here. Finally is not able to get that touch. Zoretic kid is going to be taking this one away, not being able to carry it forward. It's Dark in possession. Has a lot of boost to work with. This slows down the pace of this game, but Zoretic is not going to be having any of that. He passes this one on to Reacted, and would you look at that? A bullet of a shot on target coming off of a pass from the sidewall. It's United taking the very first goal here in game number 3.
Yeah, and it looked like Bengi got stuck in the gravity well that can be that corner of the post. But yeah, I mean, we talk about the passing that California's been doing, and we saw a nice little pass to Juke Past, and look at that, getting another, their second lead. They got the first goal in the first game, but very different team, very different game than the one before, as Uniontown is showing up for this one, and they're holding California to 0 points, which California has had points early and well into the minute and a half mark. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is the Uniontown we saw in the first minute, and I think they're back to play.
No, well, better late than never, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
finally
for sure.
have what it takes. They finally are starting to show that brilliance that we saw there in game number 1. But can they carry it through? That is the question right now. 3 minutes remaining in this game. They have the 1-goal lead, and that's how it starts. That's how it all starts. If you want to start the comeback, it's Ixavo on the ball. Flip reset under his belt, looking for a flip into the ball, which he does get, and Dark is there to put this one onto the back of the net. We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, with California tying it all up.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to really work to get that one. I mean, that was a lot of action and try out there. Dark had to try and get that one in, but it wasn't even them that was able to get the goal. They just simply get the assist, as we see Uniontown spacing out a little bit in the good way to make some room so they can come back on defense here. But it's only 1-1. I mean, there's plenty of time for Uniontown to capture what they had in the first 2 minutes of this game and to take us to game 4. As we do see Penke scrabbling up in the air. Reacted's going to send this one into the corner, looking for the cross. It's going to be whiffed, and no one's there to pick it up, but that was a great opportunity for Uniontown to take the lead here. But even then, the ball was a little bit too fast for any of these players to do anything about. We do see a shot on goal, top bar. It's going to miss, but it's going to be picked up by Penke. And California is back in action with 2 minutes and 15 to go.
Back in action, back in play. Would you look at that? A bit of a triple commit on the offensive side here. It's too confident in their ability to make these shots happen, which, to be fair, has been the case so far. A 1-goal lead here to keep this game in California's side. Game number 3, of course. Game point for California. Can they close this one out, or is it going to be United starting off a miraculous comeback?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was hard to say that Union had it in them, but at this point, I think it's anybody's game. The defense, I will tell you that a lot of California has been capitalizing on these soft deflections and defenses in Uniontown's territory, and then able to pick those up, as we're about to see right now. The clears, you know, now that we've got a couple games under us, you asked earlier, what could Uniontown do? And it's the clears. They can't get those clears, and California's just capitalizing on it every time.
And, you know, they're just monsters on the offensive side. As soon as they get possession, as soon as they take it into their own hands, they keep it with themselves for quite a while. And if they score or do not score, that's a later question. The fact is they're wasting precious time. And when they're already up by 2 goals with 1 minute and 30 seconds, time is of the essence.
Oh yeah, I mean they only have 1.5 minutes now, as you were talking about, to get 2 goals just to get us to overtime. Which I don't think they want to be at. I don't think they want to put anything on the line against this California team. I think they want to get those 3 goals and shut this thing down. But every second that goes by is going to be one more second they don't have to do it. As we do see Reacted curling back on the drive. They're going to sit this one as a soft curl and a little bit of a cross, but Xavo is going to clear this one to the 50. California on the drive, sends it to the side wall. It gets his own pass. But my, oh my, just too wide. That was very clean looking. If that had gone in, that would have been a shot of the series. That was almost beautiful.
It almost was. It was definitely beautiful. However, not accurate enough. But the double touch like that, you love to see it, and would love to see it more heading into the next few series. And of course, you know, a little bit of a sneak peek. We got Pig B coming in the third series, so we might just be seeing a lot of those double touches. But as of right now, back into this game, 35 seconds remaining. United, 30 seconds left. A 2-goal lead to beat.
Yeah, two-goal lead to beat, but it's going to be rolling in for a soft touch, and that's going to be a 3-goal lead, 24 seconds. That's hard to come back from in any rate. But I think this California team might, I don't expect them to park the bus. I think they're just going to keep going all out. You know, they know they can get some goals up there on the board, so I don't think they're going to let off the gas on this one at all. But they've been putting up a good show, and so has Uniontown for sure. But it is looking like it's coming down to California's game.
And you know, I feel like Uniontown should definitely take this as a bit of an inspiration. Heading into the next week, right? They know that they just went up against one of the top opponents, so they know what they want to expect. And of course, in whatever league that you're participating in, many weeks through, as soon going up against top teams should not be seen as a bit of a difficult task. It should be seen as a blessing, because you continue to improve when you fight top tier opponents. As we see Xavo coming in with yet another shot on target off of a great pass from once again a Penke, who has been the playmaker of this entire series.
Oh yeah, and I mean you're 100% correct. It is invaluable. You know, you don't want to get a loss early, but when you get a loss against a team that's a little bit better than you, I mean, definitely this excuse me, definitely this team from California is great. But I think Uniontown has seen some glimpses that they've got a shot in, and being able to say that and see that early on in the season is definitely inspiration. Like you said, it's a great word to use for this, to carry them through the rest of the season. They know what this league is all about, and they know where they need to work and how to work to get better if they want to see this team again.
And of course, in a game like Rocket League, competitive is not where you improve. This is where you improve, when you where you go up against much more tougher opponents. And heading into this next one, we will be having a bit of a short break here. But once again, United, great game whatsoever. California, of course, heading into this one, it did seem to be the favorites, and they came out on top with a 3-0 win. United, a lot of work to be done, but hey, it's a start, right?
Yeah, it's a great start. I mean, you got to start somewhere. They had a bye in the first week, and so they got the jitters out. They know what to expect, and they did a wonderful time. They did a wonderful job in a couple of those minutes. They held that California team as long as they could. But game 3, as you mentioned, is going to be Forest Hills up against Winburn, and Forest Hills is a team not to trifle with. I believe, if my memory serves, they are the winners from the D1 last season.
Mhm.
So I cannot wait to see what they've got in store for this season.
Absolutely top 100 player, Peg B, coming into the next series. But we are going to be taking a bit of a short break before that, so stay tuned. We'll be back with some more Rocket League. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got the third series ahead of us. It's Forest Hills going up against Winber. Now, Forest Hills coming into this one with a 3-0 win against Bishop last week, while Winber, we do not currently have the stats yet, but they did go up against Greater Altoona CTC last week.
Yeah, and Forest Hills is riding high off that confidence of last season, having been
Mhm.
champions from D1. So, but we always expect to see some flashy plays out of that Forest Hills team. Winber was also in last season, so it's good to see them come back and see those players, those player athletes get back on the pitch. But yeah, I mean, Forest Hills riding high. I mean, if we were going to do predictions, I mean, Forest Hills champs, why not, right? So I've got them as the favorite for this one. But I mean, you even the little spoiler alert, they've got a top 100 player over there at Forest Hills.
Yeah, Pig B coming into this one. You know, the guy to look out for, the man to look out for, Pig B, top 100 as we mentioned. And this guy's mechanics are just off the charts here. Whatever he does it with style, he does it with passion, and he does it with so much smoothness, to say the very least.
Yeah, we should see some pretty great mechanics and pretty great skill over there on this one for Forest Hills as well. As we get into match game 1, week 2, as we start this one and kick this one off, it's going to be interesting to see how Forest Hills plays and how Winber plays as we ride into this one.
Oh, we got Forest Hills starting us off on the offensive side pretty quick. As we see Winbird now finally picking this one up, trying to head on to the offense. It's Mega Blessing picking this one up. Pig B, the man, the myth, the legend, has possession, looking for a bit of a doomsday just to start us off here. What a save coming in from random. It's giving you hail, puts yet another shot on target. Mega Blessing is there to close this one out as Forest Hills goes up by 1.
Yeah, Pigby starts the play off, almost gets a redirect in there, but that team over at Forest Hills is in the right place at the right time, and all three of them had a little bit of action for that goal. We did see some nice blocks and some defense coming out of Winber, but at the end of the day, the relentless aggression is what wins out, and that's what gets Forest Hills 1 on the board. 30 seconds in, we'll see what Winber can do to come back from that. We see a pinch coming off all the way back to Winber territory. Giving's going to try and get this one down, but we're going to see a shot on goal from Random, but a nice block mid-center of the goal is going to keep that scoreline at 1-0.
Oh, Random has possession. He's trying to control this one for quite a little while here as Nightmare. Does get the pass, Pig B, takes it up high, gets the second touch for a pass over to Mega Blessing, who's looking to put the shot on target, giving you hail, reads the play, intercepts the ball there in the corner as he looks for this pass over to Mega Blessing. Third man is up, and it's Pig B getting the second goal here for Forest Hills.
Yeah, we see Giving You Hail gets the demo in the corner. The respawn is not fast enough, and that's going to lead to all three, if you look at that replay, all three Forest Hills players in the air to secure that goal number 2. Nice shot indeed. You love to see the chat. Everybody's staying happy and GG's all around. So we see Nightmare curling back around, kind of rotating back on defense here, catching the balls. Random looking for the challenge and the drive. There's no one there. Pick B, though, comes out of nowhere. Curls around and gets the defensive try. It's going to clear that ball. Giving You Hail now on defense. Rotates up. Gets blocked by the 50-50 in the air. So I'm wondering, Flader, what's it going to do to stop this Forest Hills team? They've got a nice 2-goal start to this, but do you think it's going to be air play or ground play that Winber is going to have to concentrate on?
Hey, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Forest Hills, what's it going to take to stop them is something that the entirety of the D1 roster hasn't been able to figure out yet. So, well, it is a pretty difficult question that you just asked me there, but I do believe that Winber might just be looking for a lot more ground plays. The 50s, if you want to stop a player like Pig B, you're not going to beat him in the air. That's just the harsh truth here. It is very difficult to stop a man like that in the air, and it's very difficult to stop him on the ground as well, but I do believe so 50s, if you can manage to get them in control, that is what's going to get you the win.
Yeah, as we talk about ground play, air play, and we saw some great air play earlier, but Pig B just decides to rotate around the corner and bring it in with a nice dribble. So maybe it's going to take some aggression and trying to take Pig B out of the match. You know, we've seen demos and bumps being very tactical in Rocket League before, and at some point you just got to get aggressive and knock that player off the pitch. Pig B, though, coming in with a double touch off the top crossbar there, off the wall, with the reset and is able to make things happen and put on a nice little show there for everybody watching.
There it is again, a 4-goal lead now for Forest Hills as we are just about ready to hit that half-game mark. About to make it 5 as Big B puts in a shot on target. He's looking for another Nightmare, however, takes it right back over the other side. Mega Blesican over to Big B. Shot opportunity is taken right into their own hands. It's a 5 goals for Forest Hills.
Yeah, a nice little pass here to cut things down in the defense, to switch complete sides, and you've got your player over there in a great second position to kind of redirect and send that one straight into the goal. So they're making this Winburn team chase, and you know that these are high-level players, so chasing the ball is not a tactic that they want to do. But the speed over there in Forest Hills is doing exactly that, and it's forcing this Winburn team to kind of just frantically search and find for this ball. We get number 6 on the board.
The 6th goal coming in from the Forest Hills side, and you know, it is just Mega Blesican and Big B's show at this point as they go for passes to each other and they keep taking goals. Winburn, it all starts with winning the kickoff, and they're off to a great start here. Let's see if they can convert it. Mega Blesican is on the goal line to make the save. Big B picks this one up. Can he follow it through? No, he cannot. Giving you Hale as an opportunity to get the save, but he is still too far away, and Forest Hills are gonna be taking that 1-goal deficit. Rather, might I add, 1 goal lost there as Winburn take that bottom right corner shot on target.
Yeah, I was actually watching the mini map while you were calling that, trying to see what was going on blue side, and I did see a player rotate all the way back into the back corner to get a corner boost, and I wonder if stretching away from the play that far is what led to that opening opportunity for Winburn.
Hey,
so it just goes to show, right? Boost over ball, right? It just goes to show that even a team like Forest Hills that is putting on a nice little show, they make those decisions and they have consequences. But just like that, they react in kind as they get a 7th one on the goal here. Giving you Hale, though, coming in from the midline, able to clean up some of the crumbs from that aggression and get that one in the side post.
Double commit on the backboard there. It's going to result in Forest Hills taking yet another goal. Winburn really need to be careful with whosoever is going for the ball first, but at this point it's Big B who has beaten everybody else to the ball and taking the 8th goal for Forest Hills. Goes up high into the air, the slightest of the touches to put it towards the back of the net, and Forest Hills, well, it seems like they almost secured this game.
Yeah, being up by 7's a nice little comfort cushion for this Forest Hills team, as we do see the kickoff going in Big B's favor, and he's able to scoop things up off a really slow kind of dead ball kickoff there. Just kind of died, and Big B slowed down and was able to pop this one up over both Winburn players. So like you were saying, definitely feels good to be up by 7, 8, or 9 points is potential here with 1 minute and 25 left to go.
Yeah, the double-digit scoreline might just be coming through here for the Forest Hills side. You never know. It's Mega Blesican and now Big B on the ball. Nightmare. What a save right in front of the goal line as we got 60 seconds remaining here. Mega Blesican, who it's not even 60 yet. This man has already taken another goal. 10-1 is the scoreline, and Forest Hills are dominating the competition.
Yeah, looking there, we see the rotations. You know, it comes back to the keys to victory, to what do you got to do to win. And rotations are just so important when it comes to Rocket League. You take that shot, you get out of the way, you rotate back, and that's what just happened. Mega Blesican was just in the right place at the 50-yard line to scoop that one up and get a goal for themselves. As we do see now, another offensive drive. This time it's going to be shut down as Winburn challenges in the midfield. Big B, though, has the ball, so it's going to take everything and all tries to try and shut this guy down. Well, they do get that backflip break there. He's going to put it in the corner. It's going to stall him for a little bit up in the air off the top backboard. Just a little bit too high. Trying to get that 11th goal, trying to get that 10-goal lead, 10-point lead. They got 30 seconds to do it. And I think Winburn is just trying to get a second one on the board just as a confidence booster.
Yeah, I mean, confidence booster is huge here, especially against a team like Forest Hills. As you know, with 25 seconds remaining here, giving you Hale. Looking to put the shot on target. Mega Blesican now gonna get this pass down center. Do we have a third man here? Not yet. Giving you Hale. Puts it center on the way once again. It's Big B, but he cannot get there on time. But looks like in the air, he has all the time in the world. gets the flip reset. However, the save is made, and with 3 seconds remaining, the 10-1 scoreline seems to be where the game is going to be ending. Forest Hills take game 1.
Yeah, that last little that shot attempt from Pig B, it almost looked like they slowed time and shifted gravity, just swirling and twirling in the middle there. Got the reset, but just not enough power. But, I mean, good night. That Forest Hills team is good. But I will say, when it comes to playing against a team like that, we talked about this in the last game, right? In any league, there's going to be a team that's the best, and there's going to be teams that do well and play against them. But early on in the season, the opportunities to play against those teams tells you what you're up against, right? It gives you an idea of, okay, what do we need to work on? What are we going to do in the next game? What are we going to do next week? And so playing up against Pig B, you know what you're up against in this season in this league, and that could be nice, right? You don't come out stomping, Forest Hills comes out winning, and what are they going to do the next week? They're riding high where everyone else is trying to power through and learn from that.
And this reminds me of Division One, the grand finals that we had here in the last season. It was a very close game with Penn Trafford and Forest Hills going up against each other, but it was Forest Hills coming out on top. So Forest Hills is not unbeatable by any means. We have seen them losing games to Penn Trafford and like teams, but Winber, you've got to step it up quite a few times if you want to take on against a roster like Forest Hills. Of course, this it brings back the question again. California going up against United, the skill difference is there, but of course, taking inspiration and realizing where your mistakes are improving is what's the point.
Yeah, exactly, and you mentioned it too. Like you don't necessarily get better by just grinding the rank that you are. You get better by playing against players that are better than you. And so it's a great opportunity. You probably see a lot of these teams progress and get better as the seasons go on, much faster than they would if they were just grinding rank. Because the reality is playing against a real team of an actual team, not a bunch of randoms or people who are in the same space. It's a very big difference, and it really challenges you as a team to progress. Do see 30 seconds in, almost got that score attempt by Forest Hills, but they weren't able to capitalize on that. We do see a drive coming in from Winber. The demo comes out to clear the field. The ball bounces back, and they are able to block that one as we see Random is taking that back line. So a lot of aggression in the second game. I mean, both teams are out here swinging. You see shot just off the side post. No one's able to score 1 minute in.
Pig B, he's just running around with the ball here, breaking ankles left and right. Hasn't been able to secure a goal yet. It's Mega Blast again, passing this over to Pig B. Bar down shot. Okay, the third man could have taken it, but Pig B's like, no, I got it. As he goes off the corner and puts this one on at the back of the net. He actually got it.
Yeah, he got it, but they really had to try for this one. I mean, they relentless oppression and pressure coming in, but finally they're able to get through. So Big B able to pass themselves, kind of missed a couple shots and pull it back out of the corner there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think it's too demoralizing. I think there's plenty of gas in the tank for Winber. I mean, they just went 1 minute and 15 with nothing, with a 0-0 score line. So if they could use that speed and get in there and make something happen, I think they've got some opportunities here. Big B though.
We should look at that. Well, Pig B, he's a little too good with the ball. And as soon as he goes up in the air, you could just expect a goal coming in, or you need to try your level best. All three players on the ball to make that save.
If you give that car an inch, it's gonna fly a mile. So maybe there's some car-to-car coverage that might need to be coming in here to just try and bump and tackle, bump and demo this Pig B car and just trying to make it a little bit more difficult for them to do anything. We see them. We know what they like to do. That is a repeat of the shot they just took, up and off the corner, off the wall, floating it in. So I mean, that's the Big B signature style right there.
And this time they were able to make a save off it. So great, commendable job coming in from the orange side here. But the fact is, you've got to continue the pressure. It's not about saving a few shots. It's not about getting onto the offensive side. It's about taking goals. And Winber, they're still looking for the very first one.
Yeah, they're searching. They're looking for it, but they're not giving up here. Random with the pop up now. It's going to bounce a little bit too slow as we do see a nice block from Mega Blaze Cannon, but we are going to see a shot coming in from Giving You Hail. So they were able to get a little bit into Forest Hills territory, but the clears and the deflections are going to end up going in Forest Hills' favor. Big B trying to get one there. But yeah, the speed from this Forest Hills team is proving to be a big problem for Winber.
That it is. That it has been the case here so far in the first half of this game, but going into the second half, Winber, they're trying to keep possession to themselves. Big B going up high in the air. We all know what this leads to, and it's almost leads to a goal here. Mega Blazkin eliminates the almost from the sentence. As with half the game remaining, we got a 4-goal lead for Forest Hills.
Yeah, with that last second flip off the reset, not able to get it in, but they were able to pass it down. Big B is going to get the assist on that one. We're going to head into our next kickoff here. 4-goal deficit for Winber, but I think with a little bit of space and a little bit of time and patience, they'll be able to get one on the board here. At least hold Forest Hills down a little bit. We see the challenge coming in. It's going to head all the way into Forest Hills territory. We got a slow roller, and that's what's going to do it for you. So a little bit too much aggression over there for Forest Hills, and a nice block. It's going to set things up for the first goal here for Winber this game.
And you know, something that I've noticed here, coming in from the Winber side, is they are only looking for the 50s that they know they're gonna win. They only go for the ball that they know they're gonna win. They're not going for the 50s that you'd want to see here. But that's the unfortunate part, right? You have to believe in your 50s, and otherwise, Big B, if he takes that ball in possession, this is what's going to result in. And that's what this roster does as well, right? Big B, even if he misses a shot, the teammate is there to make the play. So worst comes to worst, your 50 goes towards the other direction, and that's where it's only going to go if you do not go for the ball anyways.
Yeah, the communication that it takes to make sure that you trust your player, right? They're going to be in the right spot, that taking that 50-50 challenge is safe, if you will. Because if you do miss it, then it's okay, because your second is there and your third is rotating into position as well. We see a nice little demo here. Is going to open up the field. We got both remaining Winber players are going into the corner for the commit. I guess they're hoping that their third respawns in time, and they don't. As Mega Blazkin now is able to take control of the offense and get their second on the board in game 2.
The 6th goal, my God, coming in from the Forest Hills side here. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Well, there is time to secure a few goals. There is time to break the momentum, but I don't believe there's enough to take this game here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. Forest Hills is a challenging team. There's no doubt about that. And it's the little victories, too, that you play within a game that actually can lead to the bigger ones, right? If you kind of break it down into goals, not just the goals on the scoreboard, but the goals that you can make as a team, you start to stack those up on top of each other, and they start to lead to scores on the scoreboard. So breaking this game down for Winber and just trying to figure out what can we do incrementally that can help us in this game, I think would go a long way. And, I think, honestly, one of the things that it might be is having Pigby on the pitch is just a mind game. Like, this player is very talented, and that can throw you off as well. So we're kind of seeing some of these double commits against Pigby. That is opening up the field for Forest Hills to make some of these plays.
And with 58 seconds remaining here, the 6-goal lead is still pretty much intact for the Forest Hills side. Winber looking to take possession of the ball. We got Nightmare close to it, but he's not able to do much as Big B puts this one down center. Random puts a shot on target, but the save comes in as well. Nightmare does get the demo, but the flick coming in from Mega Blazkin, that was a little too dangerous. However, Nightmare once again in front of the goal line, getting a great save. 30 seconds remaining. Mega can he keep possession to himself? Big B, the ball taken away, but still very much on the offensive side here. Big B closes this one out as he jumps up in the air, takes the 8th goal, and gets that Forest Hill this game, which seems to be done and dusted at the moment. 23 seconds, a 7-goal lead. I'm not sure that's possible.
Yeah, they put on a showcase here, and we saw off the wall, off the ground, a nice little pass to all players from Forest Hills have been getting a lot of action as part of most of these goals, as we just see Giving You Hail. He's going to add one to their score line as well. But all the Forest Hill players, we talk a lot about Big B, but they've all had a little piece of this action. So the whole team is just working in sync right now. Random's been doing a good job for Winber. They've got that goal, and they've got several saves and some shots as well. But yeah, the power that is Forest Hills is just going to be really hard, and it's a show for the whole season. You know what the rest of these teams are up against. There's some serious talent out here, and you know it only shows that we're going to see some good games moving forward. But this game is going to come to an end with Forest Hills taking game 2. We'll see what Winburg can do as we move into game 3.
Well, I believe the first game did go to Deltas for the Forest Hill side, so a little better performance coming in from the Winburg side at the moment as we see 7 saves this time coming in from the Winburg side. Forest Hills putting in as many shots as possible. I believe that is 21 compared to Winburg's 3. So taking on Forest Hills on the offense is a pretty decent challenge, but Winburg, they have done well to hold them off for a third of those tries.
Yeah, they're doing the best they can. I mean, up against this team that they just know. I mean, they're coming in off holding that trophy, being the champs last season. So that's a lot to go up against any team that's like that. And, you know, like you said, Winburg held them down this time to just 9. They got another game to go. And in some of these previous games, we've seen those deficits go down and go down and go down. And that's part of those incremental victories as well. So I don't see Winburg giving up at all. That's for sure. I mean, they've been going out there and giving it their best. In Forest Hills, you know, we've seen a lot of really good plays, and they've had to make good plays. They've had to make passes. You know, this isn't a one person show out there for Forest Hills. They've had to use the whole team throughout all of these games.
Absolutely. Pig B, the teammates that he has, Mega Breskin and Giving You Heal, both of them do a phenomenal job in reading the plays, getting the passes, and setting up Pig B for some wonderful shots. So, of course, credit where credit is due. Forest Hills roster, truly a commendable one. Let's see what happens here in game number 3 of the Best of 5 series. It's Forest Hills series to take, and Winburg to set up that comeback.
Yeah, and early on, 7 seconds in, we're going to see Mega Blaskin is going to take advantage of a nice little pop-up with a fast roll off the side. They're going to get their own pass there off the backboard and put this one in. So a little bit of that first kickoff confusion and chaos leads to Forest Hills getting the first goal of this match in the 3rd game.
Oh, would you look at that? Huge miss coming in from random there, but he still manages to get the first save. However, the second one seems highly impossible. This Big B is right there. The ball bounces onto the top of his car, and the second goal lead comes in for the Forest Hill side.
Yeah, Forest Hills just playing the pitch, right? They're just in the right place again, right time. All 3 cars getting those rebounds, getting those deflections. That one was just off the top bar. In the last game, so taking it back to the game we saw before, we saw California getting a lot of goals from these from the lack of clears that were coming out from Uniontown. So one of those things is probably at play here as well. You got to get those clears, and by clear, you really got to send it sailing. You can't just drop it right in front of your goal. You know, we're seeing a lot of pickups here by Forest Hills and by California in the last game, cleaning up the crumbs from these offensive drives and getting those goals on the scoreboard.
2-goal lead still, however, remains intact for the Forest Hills side, about to make it 3 years. Mega Blaziken as he takes this ball up. Pig B not being able to convert it yet. And the emphasis on yet has just been reinstated because Pig B is here to take that 3rd goal as he pinches this ball against the backboard to take control of it and then take the 3rd goal.
Yeah, just staying there relentlessly, you know, having the confidence and the communication to just be there at the goal, knowing that somebody is in the back line too if you really need to back out. We see now Bigby on the drive. It's an open net, and they're going to take advantage of it. The speed coming in off of that. Let's see what happened here. Able to get a little bit of a clear, popping it up to themselves, and it just put Winburg on their back tires. They were on the offense, but just a little bit too much forward, and that clear got the better of them.
Well, off to a decent start here for the Winburg side. It's all about Forest Hills and now taking possession right back into their own hands. Random on the ball, sending it down center over to his teammates. We got Random once again, hitting the ball into the corner. Can he get this pass? Yes, he can. And you need to be quick with the shot on target, but it's kind of hit the backboard. Accuracy still taking a toll here, but a 4-goal lead remains intact to the Forest Hill side. Ball just bouncing around in front of the blue corner, in front of the blue field here. It's only a matter of time. Winber they try something aggressively, commit a mistake, and Forest Hills take that goal right back. This could just be now, but it seems like it's a shot too wide.
Yeah, a little bit of a shot too wide, but they're putting on the pressure here. Pig B now shooting this one, just a fireball off the sidewall. I mean, it was a good little series there for 30 seconds or so. Winber, getting some shots on goal, trying to break through that Forest Hills defense. But in the end, they make a couple little mistakes, like you mentioned, and that Forest Hills team was able to capitalize on that. See a shot coming in from that kickoff. Big B barely able to get back in time as Forest Hills is on the drive. Up off the wall is the Mega Blaziken. Going to curl this one around. It's going to be a bump stop in the backfield from the spoiler, but they're not able to get this one cleared, and that's going to lead us to Pig B scoring. So once again, unable to get a hard clear out of the way, and that's going to lead to another goal for Forest Hills. The rotational speed from Winber, they've got to keep that momentum going to kind of get this ball out of their territory.
Another goal here for the Pig B side, and you're absolutely right. Momentum is needed if you want to stop a team like Forest Hills, who are so momentum-based at the moment. As we see another shot coming in from Pig B, this man's just standing there. He just gets the ball on top of his nose, and he secures a shot on target.
Yeah, giving you hail just has a... I don't know if that was planned. I mean, these players are pretty good, but it looked like it was just the perfect drop, and Pig B was in the perfect spot. The deflection right off the hood there was just perfect. And this one is too. A little bit of a kind of a self-rebound there. Big B's going to get number 8, keeping Winber down to 0. I mean, those are the shots you practice in practice mode. Picking it up off the kickoff, putting it off the top bar, and then following up. So good job on the basic mechanics from Pig B there to capitalize even on some of the core stuff.
But it seems like Forest Hills, they continue to dominate the competition. As with only 2 minutes remaining, it's Winber currently in an 8-goal deficit, about to make it 9. Pig B walks into the back of the net, taking the 9th goal for himself.
Yep, nice little walk in from Pig B here. The field being cleared up by his team, able to walk it through. So again, we talked about how the whole team is at play here, clearing out the field, making sure that the shots are going to be as accurate as possible. And that's what's coming into play as we see Pig B off the wall. We know that when they get off the wall and in the air, pretty good things are going to happen in Pig B's favor. Off the ceiling as well, with the reset coming back down. I didn't even know that was possible. It was just watching gravity out here with a fire extinguisher. But I mean, just great showing of mechanics. If you leave the field open, they're going to take advantage of it. So Winber's got to find a way to get in the air and on the ground and make some bumps happen and let the field open up for them. They're going to try and get something on the board.
Well, with only 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, they've still got time. Let's see if they're able to make it happen. We got Mega Blaziken on the ball here, trying to pinch it against to the other side. Picked up right back by Pig B. As he goes off the sidewall, a lot of boost to work with. And he's trying to take this one into the orange net, but unfortunately, great saves coming in from Random is going to result in Nightmare taking possession, sends it down center for a shot on target. What a save by giving you hail.
Yeah, double block there. That was a perfect shot on target, but it's going to be completely blocked and shut down by 2 members of Forest Hills, and they're going to turn that around and convert it into a goal. Big B hitting the brakes hard there to kind of take control of the midfield and getting another one in on the sidewall. Just a minute left to go. Winber has had moments, seconds, brief instances of near goal and near success, but again, they're just not able to break through this Forest Hills defense or crack that Forest Hills offense. Giving you hail now is going to try one from the air. It is going to be shut down. They've had the shots on goal. Winber has had 5 saves. So the scoreline could be a little bit different, but when this Forest Hills team is in the air, they are something fierce and something really difficult to stop. That air game is just on point.
I mean, it definitely is. There's no question there. As you can already see, a 12-goal lead to show for it here. Here is the Forest Hill roster. The third game, only a few seconds more here in this game for Forest Hills to, well, seal this game, which they already have, it seems, as they've taken yet another shot on target.
Yeah, Big B now over here putting this one in the top corner. Really just tearing apart the defense for Winburn. And at this point, it's you get these back-to-back goals, and it's really hard to reset mentally. You were just over there on defense, and now you're back in another position. Your momentum's completely been changed, and it really makes it difficult for the players to reset that mental headspace and get back in the game here. And it looks like Forest Hills is taking advantage of those quick turnarounds and just constantly putting Winburn on their back feet. So Forest Hills is just showing, that they're still here, coming in on this season, the second season of 2023. They are still a team to be reckoned with, and they're putting the numbers on the board to show for it. They got targets on their backs, but it's going to be a tough climb.
Yeah, it absolutely is gonna be an impossible climb, to say the least here. Big B, with 19 seconds remaining, he has closed this game out. There's not much else to be done. The only thing that we could consider is Forest Hills taking more and more goals. But it seems to me with that scoreline, this game is approximately done and dusted. I'm not sure whether I've ever seen a team taking 15 goals, but as the clock hits the 10-second countdown, it is Forest Hills that are going to be closing this game out against Winburn in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah, 3-0. The triple zeros there on the score line, as we're going to see this ball hit the pitch, and that's going to bring us down. Forest Hills taking this one with a commanding victory, 15-0 on that for a 3-0 series. Lots of touches over there, even though for Winburn, 45 touches is nothing to shy away from. So trying to get up, trying to make things happen. But at the end of the day, it's going to go to Forest Hills. They're going to take the 2 wins on the season, and Winburn is going to take a loss. Good showing, though. It's a wide open field here in D1 as well. We've got teams that get buys every week because there's a lot of action and a lot of teams to be had. So there's plenty of games in the future for both of these. We'll be on the lookout to see where Winburn matches up next week. But we still have another game today. We're not even done yet. We got one more in the book.
Absolutely, it is Gateway going up against Bishop for that last series, and we will be right back with that game, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we are back with game number 4, Panda. This is the last game of the day, the last series. Gateway going up against Bishop. Bishop coming into this second week with a loss. In the previous one, 0-3 against Forest Hills, which, to be fair, Forest Hills is a pretty good roster as we just witnessed.
Yeah.
Gateway, however, this is gonna be their very first game.
Yeah. I mean, they lost to Forest Hills, which we were just talking backstage. Like, what does that really mean? It doesn't really give us a sense of what to expect out of this team, other than looking at the scores that they put on. So they were able to get some points up against Forest Hills, and they held them to a 4-3 in the last game of that series last week. So, we just saw what Forest Hills is capable of, and that kind of gives us a taste of what Bishop's capable of. But like you said, we haven't seen Gateway yet this season, so this. And I'm looking forward to it as the last game of the night, the last match of the night. I'm looking for a good one.
Absolutely, we're starting this off strong here on the orange side. It's Bishop Guilfoyle with most of the possession on the field here. 7, great 50, doesn't have to do even much to send this ball back on the midfield. It's DK trying to get this ball down center, isn't able to, but look at that continuous pressure coming in from the Bishop Guilfoyle side. Oh, that angle was pretty cool. Kadet gets the bump as well. Stone cannot manage to catch the ball there. It's going to be over to DK once again, who's trying to get this ball down center, but the defense continues to hold on strong here. Gateway showing us what some amazing defense looks like.
Yeah, these defensive rotations are really impressive. They're getting into the right spots, pulling back around, making sure they've got some boost there as well. So even though we are seeing Bishop just relentlessly spending all of this first minute pretty much in Gateway's territory, they've got absolutely nothing to show for it. And now we're seeing a little bit of Gateway on the pressure on the offense, getting a nice little pass. It's going to be deflected, but they tried to get a good cross. And if the first minute is like anything we should expect, I think that anytime Bishop is over there in Gateway's territory, they're going to have to really work to get something in that net.
Oh, absolutely, and they are putting in the work, of course. The Bishop side spending so much time on the offensive here and has so much pressure accumulated these past few minutes. Let's see if they're able to make something off it, but it's Gateway coming in with the counter. It's 7 Joeller getting the shot off the sidewall. 130 kp edge, putting it into the bottom left corner. Look at that. First goal comes in for Gateway.
Yeah, that was beautiful. They saw that 50-50 at the 50, and off that deflection, 7 was able to get up there a little bit off the wall and just carry that ball through. Just what a great way to read the play and have enough space to capitalize on it. You see DK now up in the air. They're going to bring this one down. 7 there is making some plays with Stone for the backup, as now we're going to see Gateway going on the offensive again. 7 now putting this one up in the air. It's going to be off the top backboard. Deflection's going to come in. They're not going to be able to get that one in. Stone now curling around into the corner, looking for the cross. Double commit from Bishop. He's going to pull that one down. So we're seeing, again, offensive pressure. This time, Bishop is on the back foot, and it's going to show as Gateway gets number 2 on the board.
Here we go, Sergeant Kurgan on the ball, and would you look at that? You know, it's always these counterattacks that is coming in from the Gateway side. Bishop spending so much time on the offense, but Gateway, you know, they just swoop in, take possession of the ball, and they send it flying towards the back of the net.
Yeah, that was just great textbook of just endurance, right? You're on defense and it's okay. You just got to make sure you rotate, get that boost, stay relevant, and and you just wait for the offense to make a mistake. And it looks like the mistake is that over time during those offensive pushes, Bishop is just getting tired and they're pulling more and more players up, and that leaves them open to attack. And so they've got no one in the backfield. Gateway's just able to push through. They're able to get those goals on the board. We're seeing now, again, Gateway's on the back, so let's see if they can capitalize on that again and hold this Bishop team and make them really push forward and then take control, as we see Gateway on the offense right now trying to make that happen.
Oh, but Kadith has just passed it over one, and he's looking for the closure, which he does find. Kadith all alone takes possession and gets it over all three players to put in that one goal for Bishop.
Yeah, and that time it paid off for Bishop, able to apply the pressure, and then Gateway is the one that lets it slip on by. Kadith now up in the air, getting a block in the corner. It's going to pull it down. DK misses. It's going to open things up, and that shot is a little bit too wide and off the top into the corner, bringing it back down. So almost had a chance there for Gateway to get another security goal, but they're not able to get anything out of it. Stone popped this one up. It's a bad clear. It's a really good spot for Kadeth as they're going to pass this one down to nobody. Everybody's a little bit too far back on Bishop's team to make anything out of it. Pressure is on from Gateway. The shot is very fast. It's going to be tipped off the nose, dropping it down for the dunk, and it's not going to be there either. So, man, the defense from both these teams, Flader, when they need to put it on, they are doing just that.
And, you know, you love to see this kind of resilience coming in from both sides. Both of these teams showing us the best Rocket League that one can have in such a competitive game. And would you look at that, it's Sergeant Colgan coming in off the pass from Seven Joeller, getting that second goal lead for Gateway.
Yeah, this was a little bit similar, I think, to how Sergeant Cooligan got that goal earlier, too. You saw the spacing of these two players. Seven was over off to the far right side. Cooligan was over in the midfield, and, you know, they just knew if there's going to be a deflection, they're there to pick it up, and they did just that. So nice little two-goal cushion sitting here for Gateway. They're going to like seeing that. This Bishop team is pretty good, and they should definitely not sleep on them. But, you know, 2 goals with 45 seconds to go, it makes you feel a little bit confident.
Make
So
it
does
3-2. Yeah, so does 3. Make it 3 to get even more confidence on your side. It's Stone swooping this one into the bottom left corner like a vulture. And he gets that 4th goal for Gateway. Bishop Guilfoyle with 42 seconds remaining. They need to take 3 goals in a row if they want to have a chance here in game number 1.
Yeah, and I mean, this game has been actually, you know, you see the score line, it's 4-1, but it's been really good and competitive. I'm excited to see the stats, to see just the possessions, because, I mean, it looks like both teams have been very equal. There's just been a couple opportunities they've been able to capitalize on. But yeah, I mean, this is game 1, and it just makes me hungry for games 2, 3, 4. Who knows how far this one's going to go. 15 seconds to go, though, in this game. Up in the air, bringing that one down. Stone's going to try and get a last second. 10 seconds past to 7, and that's going to squeak on by. Gateway. Oh, man, they are not letting up at all.
Absolutely not. Would you look at that? I mean, Gateway is playing an amazing game. That's what we have seen so far, you know, keeping possession to themselves, making those long shots, and of course, overall, just phenomenal gameplay all the way through. Gateway securing a 5-1 scoreline here in game number 1. And let me just point it out once again, this is their first game of the season.
Yeah, coming in off that bye last week, coming in with something to prove. And they really turned it up towards mid-game as well. I mean, they put on a show. That pass at the end was just perfect. You can almost hear the comms as it's playing out. They knew they were there and they were ready for it. It was a 2v1 and they played it perfectly. And so, I mean, if that's what we're going to expect, then the game 2 should be just as exciting and fast-paced. But I mean, Bishop, I mean, early game. I mean, let's take a look at that possession like we talked about. 46% field domination. 63% field domination, but at the end, they just weren't able to take it to a victory. So, I mean, that just goes to give credit to that defense over there at Gateway.
Yeah, Gateway, as we can just see, phenomenal defense, of course, but a total of 12 shots on target compared to Bishop's 4. So just goes to show, Gate, even if it's Bishop spending most of the time of side, it did not matter. Gateway's counterattacks were so resilient, and every single time they took possession of the ball, it always resulted in either a goal or extreme amounts of pressure on the orange side.
Yeah, they spent all that time in Gateway's territory, but they just weren't able to get in front. They weren't able to get those shots off. They were able to hold it. They were able to play a little bit defense while they were on offense, but at the end of the game, you got to take those shots. And Gateway was able to capitalize on those mistakes and run it on down the field, get it in the goal, and that's what led us to a really runaway victory towards the end there with that 5-1.
That it did. Now heading into game number 2 here, let's see if Bishop Guilfoyle can start us off on a bit of a different foot. They had a bit of a setback in that first game. Let's see if Kadeth has what it takes to get that first goal. So far, a bit of a calmer game at the moment, as we do see a first offensive opportunity coming in from the Bishop Guilfoyle side, saved away by Gateway.
Yeah, this does feel a little slower compared to how we ended the last one. I think maybe the jitters out of that first game are kind of settling. Both teams are now trying to read the pitch. Obviously, Bishop needs to retweak and make some changes here. Kadeth going in for the clear off the corner. Gets demoed, though. DK is going to pick up the slack there. Gets the reset, drops it down. It's going to roll. It's going to be blocked. So Bishop is still putting on the pressure on defense and making sure the Gateway can't make it happen. They do just there. Spoke too soon. 7 is able to get a goal. Goal number 1.
Goal number 1 does go to 7 as he goes up high into the air. There were 3 players present at the net, but nobody able to stop the bullet of a shot being put in by 7. 1 minute into this one, we got Gateway up by 1.
Yeah, Gateway up by 1. 4 minutes left to go. Now Bishop, 3 wide commitment back there on defense, and it's just so open, but it's just off the pixel. Kadeth can't connect in the top left-hand corner, and that's going to put Bishop back on defense here. Trying to get the clear, but instead it's a pass to Stone. Stone making the challenge. He's going to try and bring this one out. Kadeth rolls up. The 50-50 is in Gateway's favor. Hooligan now in the corner, looking for Stone to pass to or 7. Seven's picking it up now, dropping it down. A little bit of the steam is gone from this Gateway drive. We'll see if they can turn it back up. 3 minutes
they
and 30
almost did.
seconds to go. They almost had it there. It's the relentless game here. The endurance is starting to show. Stone now drop this one down, passing it back. Sergeant Hooligan. I cannot wait to see how many touches Hooligan has at the end of this game. They have been all over the pitch, especially on this drive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's just phenomenal to see what this team collectively have been doing on the field. And, this game has been a lot more closer this time. Bishop, we see them playing more calm and collected at the moment, especially on the defensive side. So, a good play there. However, Gateway is still up by 1, and we got half the game remaining. Kadeth is on the ball here. He almost got the shot on target as well, as we see another opportunity coming in from DK, as Joel in front of the net gets yet another save.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the lack of shots out of Bishop last week, but the quality, or last game, the quality of the shots we just saw were just beautiful, back to back from Kadeth and DK. I want to see more of that as this game continues. Bishop's got it in and they can do it. Shots coming in around the corner though from Hooligan. It's going to be blocked. It's going to be a beautiful clear from Eclipse now getting into the game. The challenge, 3 up in the air, balancing that one out for Gateway. Is going to leave the goal a little bit open. Bishop can't take advantage of it. Getting the clear across the net. Oh, Bishop gets a nice little read here. Let's see if they can make anything happen. They can't. It's a pretty good clear. It's going to slow things down. As we got 1:45 left. I mean, Gateway's only up by 1, but I mean, at this point, that must feel pretty good. I spoke too soon again. Trying to get that clear across the goal. Kadeth takes complete advantage and just taps it in.
And this is why you always need to be careful of the players who've decided to stick around in your own half for a little while longer. They never would have expected Kadeth to not rotate out, and this is exactly why, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why you should be learning the track of those boost pads so that you can stick around, maintain your momentum, and be as relevant as you possibly can.
Yeah, cherry picking that goal there and just happened to be there, tapped back a little bit on the reverse and got the equalizer. Nice little play to bring us to 1-1, basically back to the beginning of the game, but with only a minute left to go. Bishop has really turned up the heat here. I see no reason why they shouldn't be able to get another one in there, as this goal is just sitting there waiting for someone to pick it up off a platter. They're just not close enough. That was it. That was the opportunity for Gateway. Oh, it's going to be hard for them now as they're going back on their back tires with Bishop on the drive.
Oh, it's Kadeth putting a shot on target, but what a save coming in from 7 Joeller. You really need to admire how much Bishop have stepped it up in from that first game, and they continue to do so. Oh, that could have been a goal here for Bishop. They could have taken the lead, but you see, they're not out of the hot water yet. Kadeth looking to put a shot on target, taken away as the ball heads right into the blue corner. Eclipse looking to flick this one high, but Stone takes the pinch, sends it onto the other side, hits the bar, but that one's going to be hitting in. 7 Joeller is the one to take second goal here for the Gateway side.
Redirect and rebound after redirect and rebound, and finally somebody gets an open opportunity, and it goes towards Gateway. But a ton of good tries for Bishop. I could have swore one of those was going to go in, but at the end of the day, it's the one that sails all the way across the pitch and is able to be picked up that gets in the goal with 18 seconds left to go. Gateway is feeling a little bit better than they were 20 seconds ago, but this, as like you said, this is totally different than game one. Gateway should not be feeling very confident even if they do win this game. They're going to have to really try when it comes down to game 3.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look at that. We still got a chance here. Bishop, do they have there's what it takes? They're keeping the ball to themselves. It's DK setting it down center to Kadeth, but it's Sergeant Cooligan getting it away from the blue goal, and Gateway take game number 2. Heading into game number 3 here, Bishop, they were so close. You know, if you've seen that Star Wars meme, they were this close to breaking. They almost had it. They almost had the overtime, but Gateway, they just stopped it right in front of the finish line.
And look at this, 50-50 ball possession, an equal matchup, an equal game. I mean, shots on goal, very close as well. Saves very close, even. I mean, that was an equal matchup compared to the first game, no doubt. So we are gearing up for game 3, and Bishop is hunting for it. I mean, if anything is a telltale sign from that last game, I think Bishop's going to take game 3.
Absolutely, it does seem like it, and you want to see Bishop, follow the pattern, and they have been improving. You want to see them pull through and take the lead this time, but then again, Gateway has been improving as well. So a lot of factors to consider. We'll just have to find out what happens in game 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good one. I have no doubt about that. Everybody showed up to play in that last matchup as well. I mean, it was back and forth. It was almost like a tennis match. And again, going back to that 50-50 ball possession, the field domination was getting a lot closer as well. So even though in the first game, the field domination was all Bishop did a lot better in this game, even though Gateway had a little bit more command of the field. So maybe a little bit too much aggression in game 1 is what led to that downfall for Bishop.
Well, let's find out if Bishop has what it takes to finally pull through and take game number 3 in the bag. They're starting us off on the offensive side. Gateway, they're going to take it right back. It is Stone in possession, sending it into the corner. Picked up by the offense as Kadeth looks to get the clear, has a lot of space to work with as well. Could bounce it over one, which he does. Looks for the demo, and he gets it. The bump is more than enough to get Eclipse the space he needs to get the first shot on target. The first goal goes to Bishop.
Yeah, great early goal and a lot of nice coordination for Bishop. I mean, that is the team you want to see. It took them 2 games to turn on the lights, but they are here to play. Commanding early, too. I mean, Gateway's got to be rethinking everything. They've been dominating up until just, within the last minute and a half. But, hey, they've still got something in them, too. Stone doesn't want it to end just like that, and they're going to bring one up here as a soft clear. Really unfortunate for Bishop, and it just lights things up for Stone.
Well, would you look at that? Gateway quick to the response here. Within 30 seconds, they've already taken the equalizer. This is game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. If Gateway take this one, well, that is going to be a clean 3-0 sweep win. Let's find out if they are actually able to do so. 7 Joel putting in some dangerous shots on target. However, this defense holds on strong. And this man has been a bit of an all-rounder, hasn't he, Panda?
Oh, 7 Joeller just went from offense to defense and made a huge cross-goal save. It got back past the first and second defender, but able to just squeak on by. So, I mean, definitely making the plays when you need to make them. Double touch off the back with the reset, drops it down, and Kadith is going to pick that one up with a nice little assist from Eclipse.
Oh wow, you love to see it. Oh my god, it's so smooth. Hate it. He just tries to walk right back into it as well. You've got to appreciate the effort. Kadith taking Bishop back to that 1-goal lead as we see Gateway trying to get a quick response going.
Yeah, I mean, Gateway is now on their back tires. Kadith, I don't know what just happened, but putting on the acrobatics too. This player has turned up and turned out for today for game 3. They are on the back foot now. They're on defense. Kadith up in the air, swirling, sending this one into the wall. Brings it back down. Tries to get the recovery, but they're going to be challenged by 2 Gateway players. Eclipse now carrying their own pass up into the side. It's going to be challenged 50-50, but it's still in Gateway territory. That Bishop oppression is coming in. They better watch out. Bringing too much too forward is what led to that 5-1 loss in game number 1. We'll see if that is what Gateway needs to get back in this game.
Ooh, 3 minutes remaining here. We still got plenty of time for Gateway to make the equalizer happen. And would you look at that? All it takes is just a couple more seconds. 52 to be very precise here to get that equalizer. Is just a pattern formation here. You know, Bishop, they take one, Gateway, like, okay, quick response. And that's what has been the case so far. 2-2 is the current scoreline here. Both of these teams are going at it.
Yeah, and that was that textbook Gateway formation that had worked so well in game 1. Get one on the side, get Bishop, or excuse me, get Sergeant Cooligan over there in the midfield center right in front of the penalty box, and that's how they got those goals. So they went back to what worked in game 1, and it got the equalizer exactly when they need it. 3 minutes left to go. Stone up in the air. They get a floater. They're bringing this one down. It's going to be off the top bar. Tries to get the double touch. Doesn't send it down enough. Sergeant Cooligan tries to pick it up as well, but they're relentless. 1, 2, 3, and they can't get the 4th on target. There it is. Stone finally breaks through that defense. Gateway finally up in this game 3.
Well, the pattern has broken. It's Gateway taking the 3rd goal here, coming in from Stone with a Fennec in his hand, with a Fennec on his wheels, takes the shot on target, gets it a banger to the top shelf. And the 1-goal lead is true here for Gateway. Let's see if they can extend it further. Sergeant Cooligan does win the 50. Stone carries it forward. DK comes in with a save. 7 Joeller, the man, the legend, has missed the ball there. Try to hype him a little too much, but Kadith is there to make a double touch. Unfortunately for him, does not connect. Gateway back in possession. See Eclipse trying to intercept it through, looking for a pass down center. It's DK trying to make the same attempt happen, but it seems like all of the players seem stuck either on one of the side fields or in the corner because they haven't been able to put this shot on target. Gateway, they want to make that escape real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a slow slog for the last minute or so. We saw a lot of action early on. Gateway got that 3rd goal, and they've kind of stalled out, but in a good way. Trying to make Bishop kind of force some errors here, trying to take control and keep hold of that 1-goal lead. Seeing them now rotate back on defense. 7 is up here, taking a pass from themselves from that clear. The pinch goes out all the way to the other side. But just like that, Gateway's rotations have them in the right place at the right time. It's going to send one out over to Stone. Stone now with a bad pass. It's going to be back to Sergeant Cooligan, but we're seeing Bishop turn up with that 1-minute mark coming soon. They have got to do something, Flader, or they're going to be out of this one.
Absolutely, but you know, once again, this is Rocket League. Even after this minute, they've still got until the ball drops down to the ground to secure that 1 goal. 1 goal is never enough. We have seen it before, and we might just see it again here. Bishop, there it is.
Just like that.
Told you. Kadith coming in hot, takes possession off the corner. Oh, Stone, he went for the boost. Oh my god, Panda, why did he go for the boost?
He went for the corner boost. Maybe a little bit of a misread off of where that ball was going down. Cadence got their own pass, their own deflection, their own rebound off the sidewall and curled over to get it. The positioning is everything, reading the play. Sometimes you cut those rotations and it works out for you, just like it did then. Gateway, 3-3. They need to do something here if they want to shut this game down, this match down. But man, this Bishop team, they want that win, and they are pressuring for it with 30 seconds remaining to go.
30 seconds remaining. They have a bit of an open net. What a save coming in from Eclipse as Sergeant Cooligan looks to pick this one right back up. He gets control, and 7 Joeller is the one to have that control. Sergeant Cooligan back on the ball. 7 seconds remaining. You have to get it out of your own half quick, which they do. Stone over to 7 Joeller. It's just a circular motion. All of these players still trying to get out of their own half. Cadis puts a dangerous shot on target off the sidewall. Cadis picks this one up, tries to bounce it, but the ball drops down. We go to game number 3, overtime. A chance for Bishop to take this into game 4, or Gateway to end it right here.
Yeah, I mean, now we got a slow bouncer that's going to be blocked at the last second by DK. Oh, with the epic save. I mean, that would, you definitely don't want to lose overtime on one of those. Just a deflection goal. No drama there at all. But yeah, I mean, 20 seconds into this, we've already seen a near goal. Bishop almost out of it on this one. I mean, overtime is tough. Everything changes here. My gut says Gateway can pull this, maybe. But, I mean, this Bishop team has really fired on all cylinders in these last game and a half. It's really anyone's to win at this point.
Cadit, oh, bumped away by 7 Joeller, but you still need to have the momentum in place. DK off the backboard, sends it over to Cadit. That's a pretty good shot on target. Sergeant Cooligan does get the touch, but can he control it? Not so fast. DK takes the touch here, and the 50 goes in Eclipse's favor. Sergeant Cooligan trying to keep this out of his own half as quickly as possible. 7 Joeller is gonna follow. Sweet. Oh my god, what a play, what a shot on target. But look at that, an even better clear coming in from DK as we head right back onto the midfield. Sergeant Cooligan gets the first touch, not the second one though. Kayat gonna take possession. Eclipse is in the corner, has a lot of boost to work with, so does manage to take it away from the 2 players. Sergeant Cooligan, however, steps in. He has a lot of space to work with, and 7 Joeller has an open net to hit. It is a shot on target, and with that, Gateway take game number 3 and the series in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah, relentless pressure in that last minute of overtime is what brings Gateway to victory. But, I mean, if you look at the 3-0, and it does not tell the whole story. This Bishop team, I mean, they had some troubles in that first game. Second game, they started turning things on, and third game, it was a totally different team. I can't wait to see what this team has to offer for us. But Gateway, I think that was their first game, right? They had a bye last week, so they're coming out strong, looking strong with a 3-0 win.
Well, this has been an absolute blast here. You know, Panda, they were so close once again. I'm stressing it again. They were so close to making this happen. They have been improving throughout game 1 all the way to game 3. But unfortunately, Gateway, you know, they just figured out what kind of offense they were going for. They made sure that whenever they were on the defensive side, they were patient. And that is what got them this win.
Yeah, no doubt. Gateway, they took a commanding game 1, and I think Bishop learned from that. They stopped being so aggressive, and they changed up their play style. But Gateway just stuck to what was true, and when it mattered, they were able to pull that victory out with that overtime, that dramatic overtime win in game 3, minute 132. So it was a good one. It was a great series, a great way to end out D1 play today.
Absolutely, and I believe we're going to be taking just a bit of a short break. We'll be right back with some of the highlight of today, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After that short break, we are here with a bit of a new feature that we haven't had before. It is gonna be a quick highlight session coming in for all the series that we have seen today. So us casters, so we have very short-term memory. So a quick highlight is gonna help us keep track of that the next week. So let's have a quick look at the very first series. Shade going up against Carmichael's. Well, that was a bit of a series, Panda, going up to game number 5 as we see Shade taking that win in a 3-2 scoreline. Look at that. 557.66 score coming in from Mike's, and I do remember this man's defense was top notch.
Yeah, I saw the last match of this game 5. I mean, I know there were some OTs that were happening in there as well. What a great series! A great way to start off the day, right? For week 2, Shade Carmichael has taken us all the way to a game 5. So we're going to see some clips here too. Some of the best highlights from that event. We see Ice Kooks coming in here, dropping this one off to the side. It's going to be picked up by Troip. They're going to bring this one down. A little dinker up in the air. See if they can make anything happen off of this. And they're going to pop it down. A nice little dribble. Everybody got involved on that one. But yeah, I mean, Flader, what was your take from this match other than that it's always nice to see something go to the distance?
Shade, once again, they played really well. Both of the teams actually played amazingly, but you have to point out that Carmichael's, they had the defense, they had figured out the defense, but it was always the offense where they were struggling in the first 2 games. But still managing to take it to game 5, it was a pretty intense series, Panda. I'm sorry you're not here for it, but one of the best series that we saw today.
Yeah, I mean, and you love to see it. You love to see the good games coming out to play, especially in games week 2. The seasons are just beginning. Now, I was here for this one, California up against Uniontown, and again, this is one of those games that California they weren't here last season. Uniontown wasn't here last season, so it's always nice to see new teams get out there. But we did see some valiant play coming out from California as they did take this series 3-0.
3-0, and of course all 3 players playing absolutely out of their minds. Exavo, Dark, and Apanki. Once again, Apanki, the player that stood out for me, the playmaker, is making sure all the passes and assists were made. If there were any passes and assists in any of the games, they were probably made by Apanki.
Yeah, these players all had their hands on a lot of the action that was coming in, and Uniontown tried to make some things happen, but they at the end of the day they just weren't able to hold against that California team. So we get a chance to see some of the clips coming out of that game as well. But I do recall that California did have some runs here. They were able to take some of these games to some pretty high score deficits in their favor, and it just goes to show that even though Uniontown was able to get some goals up on them, California just was the better team overall in this one.
Absolutely. I mean, California, once again, united a lot to learn from rosters like these. So, of course, heading into the next week, you have plenty of experience and you know what to expect from more of the rosters in the league. But heading into the third game, we saw Forest Hills going up against Winber. And if you remember correctly, that is, of course, a 3-0 win here with Big B having an average of 1,382 points to his name, 7 goals. And, well, you'll have to see it. Of course, Forest Hills, one of the top teams in Division 1, Winber, did have their hands full with this one, but like we said last game, it was all in a good effort. Winber, a lot to take from this game, a lot to take into this next week.
Yeah. I mean, Pig B showing up with almost 8 goal average across 3 games, which is again, like you were saying, even with the California game, it's just early in the season. Some of these teams haven't played before, and so now they're getting a chance to see what they're up against in these other teams, and the teams that have played, they're just showing where they stand in the standings. In this one, Forest Hills, the champions from D1 last season, came out strong, taking that 3-0 against Winber. But it was the whole team, Pig B, the Mega Blaziken, and Giving You Hail. They all showed up for this one. I mean, averaging 2 assists a game is almost 2 assists a game is nothing to shy away from. So great showing, and Winber, doing their best as well up against this team. They did what they could. They tried, and it just goes to show that some of these games in the future games of the season, will be pretty good when we start to see these other teams matching up.
Absolutely. And to top the day off, we got Gateway going up against Bishop. Now, Panda, I remember our pre-production talk. You did say that Bishop had a pretty close 0-3 against Forest Hills, so I know you were leading into that one. But look at what Gateway brought into the field here, taking a 3-0, even though all three games pretty close. And by the end, game number 3 did go to overtime. But you have to point out that both of these teams played phenomenally well. So if I had to rate all of these games, this would be my number 2 after that first best of 5 series.
Yeah, I loved this game. It was really fun. I mean, again, the scoreline doesn't exactly tell the story. Bishop they lost 5-1, I believe, in that first game, but they really came back in game 2 and game 3, and it was. I mean, it was a great showing. I mean, that just tells you what are we going to see next out of this Bishop team. They put up some good points against Forest Hills, and I think as the season goes on, they're only going to get better.
And it was a very nice graph here. They were continuously improving. After every single game, we saw them coming in with even more resilience, both on the offense and defensive side. So excited to see what this roster has to offer in the coming weeks. But that is going to be it for this week's Rocket League stream here on Division 1. Tomorrow we'll be having some Overwatch action, but if you want to see more Rocket League, I believe Division 2, let me just pull that one up really quickly. Nope, that is all the Rocket League action you're going to get this week. We'll be back again next week very soon with some Valorant, Rocket League, and Overwatch action. Of course, tomorrow Overwatch, I believe you'll be having hot sauce on the casting booth, so it's going to be a lot of fun watching that. But this was Tech High School Series, and we will be signing off.